So I can go freely over the oceans now, except for rocks. Neat. Oh, cat drums! Oh, I'm on a, oh, okay, I'm fighting on my boat. Because the last time I was on the boat in the water, I actually fought underwater. Yeah, it's the cat drums. Or the... not drums. I mean, they're basically drums, but not drums. So it's gonna probably be a bit before I find this. I can see where I'm going east. Wow, my ship looks like it has googly eyes. I wish I didn't spin. The spin is a bit disorienting after a while. We're just gonna run till I figure out where I'm going here. I just wish this game had some sort of map. Oh god. Please tell me you're not annoying. Oh, underwater. What'd I get myself into? Speaking of underwater fights, I found a headless underwater, probably the easiest headless. Oh yeah, the one in Ashina, or whatever. I think it was. Maybe not Ashina. Might be remembering wrong. Yeah, because he literally doesn't really have his attacks. You basically just do the underwater sword dash on him a bunch. Just hit him once, back off, repeat. That's how you beat him. It's so easy. Is that a clam with a gun? Oh god, it's one of these enemies. It's one of these. It's one of these. It's one of these. Oh my god, that's a lot of health. Oh, there's more. Yeah, it's just before the forest area. There's from what I can tell, there's 2 headless underwater fights. There's a handful of headless, but they're all on land. Only 2 of which that I know of, they're underwater. But I thought the one that you just mentioned was the one in Ashina. So you've been diving with the Mibu dive technique thing? Now that you've beaten the monk? Good. Because there's a lot of good stuff underwater. There's a few, I believe there's a few prayer beads underwater. I think there's one within Mibu Village if you haven't gotten that yet. But I would, if you haven't taken the time, go doing all the water stuff. I suggest you do so, because there's some good stuff under there. And if you go back to the gun fort, there's a spot that looks like a small, it's like a dead end area, and it leads to water, and it has like, well, I can tell you one, it's in the gun fort. If you go, there's a dead end right at the beginning of the gun fort. Or not the gun fort, but the area leading to the gun fort. I forgot what it's called, but it's the snow area. Basically, where you there's a dead end nearby one of the shrines. I forgot which idol it is, but there's a spot that you go along the wall, and eventually you're by this spot of land that has like these giant Buddha statue things. And then there's a spot of water that you can go under that leads into a cave. Yes, it's nearby with Snake Eyes, but it's not quite in the direction. I don't believe it's in the direction of Snake Eyes, but it's in that snow area, yes. It's near an idol. One of the ways to go will lead you to like a cliff side that you do the shimmy along, and I believe you do like some jumps. I can't really remember now because I don't have it in front of my face, but All I know is it's near an idol, and it takes. I remember there's a shimmy, and if you look for like icicles, I remember icicles being a good tipping point. The Jizo statues, the little Buddha statue things that you get as a consumable, the little things in the blankets, they bring back your revive, if that's what you're talking about. So if you die and you don't want to have to risk another death, it'll bring back your revive for another time, so you can have a second chance at fighting an enemy without dying twice and then losing everything. So it'll bring back your revival. Yes, yeah, they bring back your revival. It's a consumable revival. You know how every time you kill enemies, your revive as a clock refills? Yeah, it's basically that's what that is, but as a consumable item. It's good, but also kind of useless if you get, once you get like really better at the game. It becomes kind of useless because I rarely ever have to worry about that unless I'm at a fight that I know I'm not great at. Not saying you're bad or anything, but that's like my point. Like, once you get better at the game and actually play it enough times and actually start really learning how to really fight the bosses really well, it becomes worthless. But for a first playthrough, I've definitely used it. There was a couple of times against the Demon of Hatred I've used it. Or maybe against Ishin, I don't remember, but I know I've used it before. And it might be good against the Headless if you struggle with some of the land Headless fights, it might be decent against them. But I wouldn't really waste it on them because they can do that insta kill. If you get the stupid shit, their status effect. But it's very good if you are struggling against a boss and you want to try to learn him, and if you're close to beating him. So I was thinking they are kind of special, but I don't like that there's two different types or something. I know there's multiple types. I think there's two different versions, but it's the same thing. Like the samurai guy that was looking for the loot player, the girl, the ghost girl. That's her, by the way. You know your quest line for him is complete when he's actually right outside her boss fight. And you beat her, and then go talk to him again. He basically gives you another version of that. Spoilers, you've already gotten past that, so I don't know if you did it. So I'm just going to mention that now. He gives you one, and it's a different version of the one that you probably found in the open. And it's the same thing. If you didn't want to know that, I apologize. But seeing as you're already past that, I didn't know if you cared. Am I facing tikis? Weird robotic tikis. From all I can tell, there's no permanent one of those items. I really would be cool if there was. I think that'd be kind of broken, though. It's all good. I can't remember if or not. Good. I do my best not to spoil things, but I also try to explain things without trying to spoil too much. And I just remember he does give you a consumable version of those Jizo statues, and his is different, but still the same thing. Because when I got that from him, I'm like, ooh, this is different. Maybe this is not a consumable. Oh, it is. Because I think they would, if it were, I would assume that they would limit it once per boss fight or something, or make it some way to make it not OP. Yeah, oh, okay. I thought he was gonna land in there. Unless he did. Somehow. love like the beat 'em ups now is getting more fun because I'm not fighting ridiculous amounts of enemies or stupid enemies. I'm fighting more things that are a little bit nicer, and they give some decent experience. Holy shit. Like the enemies haven't been too bad. Please don't be annoying. You're a different guy, though. I'll take it. You're a shark man. Oh my god, they're everywhere. Turn around! My god, there's a lot of them. Not bad. Oh my god. The encounter rate's not. What the fuck? It's the skeleton guy, but it looks like a freaking crustacean. The hell? It's the skeleton guy with the guitars that he rides, but with a new outfit. Yeah, he does the same attack. Oh god! He does that same fireball. Nice. Whole school of enemies. Ah, I get it. Yeah, it's a whole school of enemies. These guys are getting schooled in their own turf. Yeah, get fucked, buddy. I guess you could say these guys are horny. Jesus, you have a lot of health. God damn. It's trying to hurt my hand just spamming this. Because it doesn't... Sometimes it doesn't pop off when I attack. Hello, attack. Oh my god, why aren't you dead? Why is nobody dying? Thank you. God damn. Ah, my hand. Jesus! Yes, please! You give me a shit ton! As much as you murder my wrist. Ah, he jumped! Oh, come on. I wasn't expecting you to come off screen like that. Hey! Really wish there was some, like, pitfalls in this section for these guys. My sword's starting to become weak, isn't it? I need to find something better now. I wonder if my shuriken will be better. totally missed those. I was trying to get them. Yes, that's a lot of experience. There's an island there. I was there. I was on the... Give him hell! I am Grizz Shot. What the hell? It's a shark riding a starfish. How are you, Grizz? It was good chatting with you yesterday a bit, man, before I passed out. So sorry, at the end of the day when you're normally streaming, by the time I'm done, I'm usually getting really tired. But it was nice to be able to chat with you and Newbiekins a bit. And I'm always here to support you guys. And you've been giving me a shit ton of love. And so that's why I was like, I need to give some back to this guy. And I know I don't need to, but I want to get to know you guys. And, you know, it's nice to make friends with people on Twitch. So I appreciate the love. And I'm always here to give love. So feel free to... All good, I'm weird. Yeah, no, it's all good. For anyone who's here, my guys, or whatever, feel free to check out Grizz Shot. Plays a lot of shooter stuff. Send some love his way. And then also... Also send love to Chocolate Chip as well. Both are awesome streamers and who are smaller channels. So definitely everybody send love. I also want to make friends with people on Twitch. But yeah, it's all good that you have weird hours, man. You stream at the time you're comfortable with or whatever time you're available. I work, you know, so I have to stream. I can't stream until about maybe 6 p.m. Eastern. I could stream easily at 4, but there's times when I come home from work and I'm like, I just want to lay down for a little bit and just relax. So I usually, like today and yesterday, I like laid down 8 and then like fell asleep for like a good hour. Otherwise, I definitely would pop in on people's chats, but I'm just like really tired after work. That's what I get for working in a warehouse, but it's good money, so fuck it. But that's why I don't really have a lot of time to really chill with people. Otherwise, I mean, I could just not stream for like a couple of days and make up a different schedule and stream like 2 or 3 days out of the week, but I've been doing this for so long at 5 to 6 days a week that I feel like it would just be weird not to, because I used to stream somewhat with a schedule where I'd be like, I'm streaming this day, this day, this day, this day with this game, this game, this game, and I couldn't. Like, I'm just bad with that. Deploy the love cannons, indeed. Yeah. I'm just bad with, like, consistency when it comes to streaming certain games on a certain day, because like certain days I'd be like, I don't feel like, I used to stream stuff like Red Dead Redemption, Batman Arkham and stuff like that, or Spider-Man. I'm like, I don't feel like playing Batman today, or I don't feel like playing Red Dead today. And especially with my distaste for Rockstar games, Red Dead's not bad, I'm just not a big fan of GTA. So I was like, I don't feel like playing Red Dead today. And then eventually that just fell apart. And I was like, I'm done. I'm just gonna go back to what I was doing, which was playing whatever the hell I want. And that's when I came up with the idea for people to do game requests. So if people want to see me play something they love, and it gives me an opportunity to broaden my horizon, which is what this game is, people can request me to play games, and that's... Oh, my ears. Thank you for the hundo bits. Thank you for the hundo bits with your rainbow love unicorn. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you, Grizz. guys have been great. You and Newbie have been amazing support and fun channels to just kill time in and chat with some awesome people. Same thing with Clint's. Well, it's not really his so much. It's more of Kingslayer's community, more or less. But I'm just gonna count it as your community as well, because that's basically where you came from. But you guys and Kingslayer's community are amazing, and I love all of you guys. Some rainbow unicorns for you, sir. Well, thank you. Can I call it Butt Stallion for anyone who plays Borderlands? That's more of a horse, but still. Same difference, yeah. I mean, if it wasn't for... I don't know if he was the one how you found me, or if he's how, or if you or how he found me. But like either way, it was thanks to both you guys that I got some love from a group of you guys too. So I appreciate all the love from that. Because there was another community I was part of with Tyrus Bane. He was a big Dragon Ball fan. And in fact, he introduced one of his people to me. And the person he introduced to me was the artist who actually created my Scope OC. Zartzicorn is her name. I think she still streams on Twitch. But she's the artist behind this. And if it wasn't for his community, I would not have met her. So it's like, and then his channel disappeared. I know he still streams, but I think he's off a different channel now. Or something, I don't know, but like, it's thanks to all that I've gotten to where I'm at, so I appreciate it. And I don't know if people see my views and my follows as like follow for follow, but I've never done that. So I appreciate the small amounts of love that I do get. I'm just trying to promote and help channels at the same time. I've never gone out of my way to sit there and straight up. If people want to follow me and not chat, that's so be it. I've never gone out of my way and never done follow for follow. My channel was organic, completely from the ground up. What the fuck? I believe King raided you when you were fighting. I remember him raiding also in Dark Souls 2, but I'm not sure if that was the first time. But I'm not sure if that's how you found me, or if you found me and he was and you were the reason he raided. Because I don't know how big he is into Dark Souls. I don't know if he liked it a lot or not, but I'm sure you had a hand in his raid. But you and DDP, him, you guys are all amazing people. I can't hit these guys for shit, though. So we're gonna leave. We're gonna Mega Man X Leaf Shield out of here. And hello to everybody who is joining right now. Hope y'all enjoying some Ninja Boy. Today is a definitely better stream for me. Yesterday I was getting frustrated with some of the dumb bullshit enemies that I was fighting. Invisible werewolves and freaking random encounters up the wazoo. While I'm still somewhat getting that, I feel like I'm in a lot better place now. Sharks? Just weird sharks? I don't even know. They remind me of the sharks from, I think it was Jossum, or the whatever it was, the cartoon crime-fighting sharks or whatever. I don't know if that was the show. I know that was their catchphrase. Jossum. I used to have toys from that show. That's what they remind me of. Welcome to Seatown. Let's say this fast. Tongue twisters. She shells by the seashore. How was it? She sells shells by the seashore. I am bad at tongue twisters. There's a river east of here. Going along the riverside, you'll see Arcadia Town, the biggest town in Mysteryland. It's a long way from here to Arcadia Town. There are many swampy places in the jungle. Whoa, they're moving. There's a river east of here. Okay, good thing I'm in Mysteryland. Good. I'm glad I found where I was supposed to go. That was all I was really told, though. I wasn't... That and, like, nearby Edo City or whatever. I wasn't really told much else what to do after that. Along the riverside, so you'll see Arcadia Town, the biggest town in Mishraland. It's a long way from here to Arcadia Town. There are many swampy places. There's a river east of here. Going along the riverside, you'll see Arcadia. Okay, so east. Here I am, the biggest man in town. I'm a good at wrestling. Ha ha! Alright, Hercule. It's another random dialogue there. What's down here? What's down here, the peninsula? Okay, bowls are fine, and also I'm on land, so I don't have to worry about the water physics. Whoa! I meant to jump that. Oh, good lord. Ow. Ah! I hate that double hit. Oh boy. Woo! I thought that was fine. Thought I was fine. Oh! Get knocked into your death, buddy. Weird fireballs. Oh my god, I can't move. I hate... Okay, that hits twice, and I just keep forgetting that it explodes. It doesn't explode. Ah, there it goes again. I'm so bad at that. What? He just fell over for some reason. I need to go back and grind against those guys from the ocean, because they were giving me 1,000. I like his little walk cycles. Yeah, it's shit experience compared to what I was getting. Okay, there's a Kave. Sup? Oh. Ah! I don't know exactly where this is gonna take me. I'm gonna explore this a bit further. I would like to reach a new town. Also, a side-scroller that's going right to left. Blah, 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 blah. Ah! Okay, that's gonna take me to the island over there. All right, so I want to explore this some more, though. I want to find a town, specifically, so I can get some better stuff up and upgrade my weapons and such, and be able to find a checkpoint. Is that a whale? That's a whale. Blah, 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 blah. Ooh. Okay, these guys are better than the stupid bulls. Oh, okay. Except when they rocket fist me. Except when they fist me. better experience by far. Okay, level 20, I feel a lot better than I was before. I'm actually getting some experience in. I hope eventually I can just go over water outside of a dock or something, just because these oops, I should have fought him. These segments where I gotta go through the side-scrolling things, while it's the better segments for me, it's kind of annoying that you gotta do it multiple times if you want to go back. What the fuck? Crazy witch doctor guy. New enemy though. Frickin' Majora's Mask people. Oh my god, they're weak. Skull Kids, go away. Hey, QC Pad, hey! I am kicking their ass. Nah, shitty experience. No, I mean, they're weak. How are you, Pat? Oh, there's an arrow pointing that way. Alright. I actually didn't notice that. This area's full of swamp stuff. Is there a town nearby? I'm doing good. Doing good. A lot better than my stream yesterday of this, where random encounters like this, for example, where it's like every 2 steps was getting on my nerves. Annoying groups of enemies that... flying enemies and invisible enemies and... I don't know, I just was a bit tired from work and I was just frustrated. Not that the game is annoying me in terms of like I'm not enjoying it, because I am. I was just getting frustrated. And I was also tired. But I'm also just, I'm having a better day. Mondays are very exhausting. But I'm doing good. How was your day? The game was dope. I played a lot of 2-player. I would love to play the 2-player. I think that'd be fun. I never grew up with this game, so this is a first playthrough for me. But I'm also emulating, but I would love to play 2-player. Except I don't have any friends out in PA because I moved from Illinois to Pennsylvania. Not that I don't have friends. I've met a lot of people at work. It's just any friends that I would be able to play this with are back in Illinois. And even then, I don't even know if any of my friends would play this. A lot of them, you know, we're all adults now, so we're all busy. Portions of my friends have full-time jobs, and some have kids. The one I may be able to play this with, I don't even know if he even would, but that'd be cool, though. I would like to play this 2-player. I think it'd be fun. I don't want you crazy witch doctor assholes. No, whatever, you're weak. This game is quirky, though, and I love its dialogue. I think that's, like, the best part. I do like that it's a mixture between different genres, except this, early on yesterday, when I was doing the parts I was doing yesterday, was getting on my nerves. Because I had to get the Hyperlight thing, I had to get the vehicle from Justice, and there's a few times where I was like, okay, where are the towns that I need to go to? I visited them already, but I forgot where they were. My short-term memory is ass, so I do forget things like that. So I think in this part of the Mystery Land, I'm probably going to have that, where, okay, I don't know where I am. Because I'm not observant, so I don't really pay attention to where landmarks and things a lot of the time. I usually kind of just find it by just searching and exploring and don't even realize where I went. I kind of just have this auto cruise control where I'm in the zone and half the time don't even really pay attention to things surrounding me. So like yesterday it was just like, I don't want to waste too many people's time by just wandering around like an idiot. I've done that enough in a lot of my Final Fantasy streams, and it does get on my nerves. And it just, my social anxiety, where I feel like I need to be perfect for everyone who's watching, otherwise then people will just leave and get bored. And that's not always the case, it's just how my anxiety works. Gotta go. Have a nice stream. Hey, thank you, man. You have a good rest of your day, my friend. Well, I kept missing that guy. Well, it's nice to have a new face and shit. Hopefully I see him again. That's a shame. There's times where I see people and I never see them again. Or I've gotten follows from people and never see them. And I don't know if that's follow for follow, but I'm not advocating, I'm not doing follow for follow. But there's a handful of followers that I have that never watched. So it's not... I probably found my link somewhere and just felt like following me to support me, but never actually watch. Or if they do, they never chat. Because there's a handful of people I've never even seen. God, it feels like Russian roulette and all that grass. Don't it? You're flying, right? You're most likely a flying enemy, and that's gonna... Yeah, it's a file in the background. Ow! Oh no! Oh no! Well, there goes me. Shit. Shit. Fuck! That's why I wanted to get to a town! That's why I hate flying enemies. That guy wasn't even as bad or annoying as some. I could have he's probably got other attacks that would have hurt and done much more annoyances to me. But man, I also wasn't fully healed. But damn, that sucked. Why didn't I rest in the other... At least the town where Dr. Justice is. That would have been a lot closer. At least it's not like some games where you actually get a game over. And lose progress or anything. Okay, you know what? I don't lose progress. Oops. That's, yeah, I keep forgetting these two routes. I just wish I can do that outside of a dock, though. That'd be so nice. But even in Final Fantasy, I needed a dock for boats. In the earlier ones, I at least needed some way to land off. Even in Bravely Default, you need a dock. But I remember in one heavily where I was like, how do I I get outside of this island or outside of this part to go to the other part where you gotta like, do the dock, and then you gotta go in the ocean and then go around. Like, it took me a while to figure out how to get to certain parts of the islands that were just not so straightforward because you have to have other ways of getting around or use other methods of travel. So you would have to find one dock, go into the water, find another dock, and then go around. And it took me a while to figure out the map. I'll be lurking. I'm gonna watch some tutorial vids and have a meal. Alright, man. And if you don't... And if, you're heading to bed soon, too, I'll see you around. You have a good rest of your day, my friend. But if you're here, I appreciate the love. Alright. What do we got? I don't want you guys. Go away. Ah! But yeah, it would have been nice if I actually rested in that other town. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. Poop, I went the wrong way. I did that again. That was my... I said that as I was like, at least I know some of the areas now. As I say that. Did it again. I mean, I know my ways back to towns. Sometimes I'll still run into a dead end. Thank you, too. I'm trying to learn video game programming. Oh, are you? Nice. GG. Man, I wish I could, but I wouldn't be able to understand video game programming. Like, I wanted to get into game design and all. But, unfortunately, I'm just not good at a lot of things. Like, I was very big into drawing, and never was good at shading, and, I didn't even move. Stuff like that. So, despite taking many classes on drawing, I never got truly better. Then again, I didn't draw as often as some people do, but I did draw most of my childhood. Then again, as I got older too, I focused on dating and things. Just drawing, I just didn't really want to put a lot of time into that as much. And I realize it's probably more of a fun hobby, not so much a passion, as I realized as I got older. Coding never made sense in school. I never really went to... I never learned coding. I took art school in college and stuff like that. But, like, I could learn coding, but that's just all too much for me. That's, like, it would just make my brain hurt. Unfortunately, like, I don't think I can understand it. Even with lessons from, like, online courses or anything. Maybe I might slightly, but that's just... I'm not that bright, unfortunately. Like, people may say, like, oh, you're fine. But, like, I know how my brain works. And it may sound like to some people, too, that, oh, you're not trying. Well, unfortunately, that's not true. It's just I know how my brain works. I'm not the most intelligent when it comes to a lot of things. I'm good at some things. But trust me, I also know how my intelligence is. I've never been the brightest person. I'm more street smart, I guess, than book smart. And I don't even think I'm all that street smart, but that's more my knowledge. A lot of my stuff isn't really book learning stuff. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. And I've lost a lot of my knowledge in school since I've been out of school for both high school and college, well over a decade at this point. Makes me feel older that I've been out of both for a long enough time at this point. So I graduated high school in 2008, and I graduated college in 15, 16. It's almost been a decade since college. I don't even remember when I graduated college. That's just because I'm bad with time frames. High school is one thing. High school and middle school are one thing I can remember. Because it's 2 years, then 4 years. So I can remember that. Because I went, high school is immediately after middle school, and I graduated middle school in 04. And then high school went for 04 to 08 for me. So that's how I remember that. I mean, I did go into college immediately after high school, the following semester. And I think that took me at least 4 or 5 years. Something like that. Would have probably been less if I actually passed some of the classes I had, because I had to drop out of some because some of them were math. And then some of the art courses I just wasn't good at. Like when I did ceramics, despite doing that in middle school, I was fine at it. Also, I just didn't really like the teacher. Then there was a few art history classes where you learn about artists and paintings and such. That's history. I'm not good at history. And I just can't remember. Like, my memory was bad when it comes to, like, this artist did this painting or whatever. And what type of painting was it or whatever. It's like, I'm not going to remember that. Another reason I took up was that I started to feel dumber in general since I really... Well, that's how I feel right now. Like, I don't feel like I'm all that intelligent. Like, I'm not dumb. Like, I can make decisions and things, and I'm an adult, and I can, live on my own. Once I get my own place and all that, and I know how to drive a car, I'm not, like, I'm not, like, autistic or anything, or that slow or anything like that. I'm slower than average, though. Like, I was in, like, schools in high school, they, like, have different grading tiers, or different tiers or whatever, and I was in the lowest tier. Basically, it was, like, the easier classes. It'd be, like, honors... And then it's like core, and then it's like Prairie State, which is like the easiest. And all throughout school, middle school, elementary school, I was always in the lower tier. Not that really proves anything, because a lot of my friends were in the lower tiers as well, and they're very intelligent. It's just I've always been a little slower, learning and retaining information. That and I have a very bad attention span. So, like, I could be learning something, but it's boring, so I'll just be looking around the room. That's not something I can just sit there and just flip on and off. Like at work, too, I notice it at work. Someone will be talking, and I'll just be sitting there listening. Not that I can help it, I'm nosy on top of it, but it's just like, it's drawing my attention, so, like... But, like, yeah, that's how it is. But don't feel dumb, man. We're all intelligent in our own way. Just some people are slower than others, and some people take longer to pick up things. And unfortunately, that's how it is for me. But no, like, at this point, I'm done learning stuff like that. Like, I could go to, like, trade school or whatever and learn, like, how to... I'm also not very good at measuring, or I'm not going to be good at being able to do home projects. I'm not going to be able to, like, craft shit, like, be able to build anything, take pieces of wood and just make something or whatever. My dad is very handy, because he did that. So he knows how to, like, build certain things. I'm not going to be able to really do that. Or I'm not good at measuring. I can't measure for shit. I don't know that kind of stuff, because that's all math to me. I've never been good at that stuff. Which is kind of bad, but unfortunately I'm in it. I've never been good at math, and I've never been good at measuring. And I had to do it at work at one point. And I was just guessing. I'm not car guy either. Father was a handy car guy, he's good at that. I'm good with words most of the time. I'm bad with words. Like, I'm not even good at speaking to women. I'm also shy. Like, I don't even really know how to talk to people very well. Like, I'm better at talking to people when it comes to something I'm into or something I'm good with, but like when I try to start a conversation with a girl or anything like that, or I don't even know how I've gotten girlfriends. A lot of the times it was just either friends help me or we have similar interests. But like trying to just talk to some random person, I don't even know how to really do it either. Like I'm not that good with conversations. I'm also very shy and very awkward, so I've been picked on most of my life. On top of that, so that made me even worse. And usually I just get ignored. So people can find people on the internet or like dating sites or whatever. I'm bad at that. I think I'd be better with it in person, but I'm just also bad at that. I'm afraid to tell people if I were to meet somebody new to try to go on a relationship with. You can go fishing in this? I don't think so. Why, are you talking about this pond here? But yeah, like I'd be afraid to be like tell a person I'm trying to get meet and eventually hopefully, you know, start something with that I have a bad sense of direction and I go off of landmarks, and even then I can't really memorize street names because I'm not observant, so half the time I just go past stuff. Not that I know of, I haven't gotten a fishing rod. So like when I drive, I don't really memorize streets. It took me a while to memorize street names of where I worked at Chick-fil-A, and even then I don't even know it at this point because I haven't been there in a while. But like, I don't really, when people ask me where something is, and if I know where it is, I'll tell them where it's nearby, not where its block is on. So like whenever people ask me where I live, I tell them I live on the block of which my development, or the specific spot in my development is, not where my entire development is. You used to work at a Chick-fil-A? Nice. So like people are like, where do you live? Oh, I live on this development. I don't know where that street is though. The name of the street my development building is on, but the street I live on, I know. So people don't know where I live. If they ever ask. There's plenty of people who have asked or were curious to where I lived. At work, not Switch. But like, I'll be like, I live on such and such block within this big development or whatever, and they'll be like, where's this development? It's near a golf course. It's near a golf course. I'm just bad with that. Yeah, I don't know if you can fish or not. I haven't gotten any fishing rods. I haven't. Usually a game will tell you too if you can do something, and they'll be like, you don't have this item or you can't do this now, but like there hasn't been no prompt. They liked how I bred it. I was ass at breading. I mean, I wasn't that bad, I wasn't fast enough. The people I worked with wouldn't allow me to really do anything other than cook fries. And I used to be really good at doing the fries. I used to be fast, and then I slowed down somehow. Towards the end of my time there, I just got worse. Then eventually they degraded me to the back of the house fucking cleaner. For most part. And I guess they didn't, and I really wasn't the best at cleaning either. Like, the floors weren't the best. I never was really all that good. I'm just not good at a lot of the things I do. And I'm really good at my job now, though. Like, they really like they do love my performance at work here. I've done phenomenal. Like, they've rewarded me heavily with just praise for the work I've done. Otherwise, I would have been fired, probably. But, like, I've been moved from my position that I was at originally, which was stocking the shelves with a bunch of the items that we ship out. Now I've been moved over because I was making a lot of mistakes towards the last year of that position. So I was making mistakes. It's a lot of information you got to pay attention to because there's a thing you got to input, then you got to read the scanner. The scanner tells you where the item goes. You got to have a certain amount. If it asks you for a certain amount of this item, you got to make sure that amount is there. And I kept putting it in the wrong spots sometimes, or I miscount, or I accidentally scan it away or whatever. I was making a lot of dumb mistakes, and the lead was just not having it, so he moved me. But my current job, they are been praising me. Our numbers have been very good for what's been shipped out. We make some mistakes here and there. It's gonna happen, but it's been nothing but good praise to an extent. But it's an easy job. I think Chick-fil-A was a little harder for me, just because I don't like I just don't like having to keep up with amount of fry orders that I needed to keep up with, and it was just a hassle. Here, I do got to keep up with having to make sure everything is loaded in a certain time frame and get all this important stuff on by the time like 2 o'clock rolls around. But I think it's a lot less annoying because you don't got to sit there and worry about fucking up somebody's order or, you know, making fries within a few minutes, making sure it's ready and fresh within like 2 minutes tops. Anything over that or anything over 3 minutes is kind of late. And like, if I put something down too late, it's gonna come up late. If I put it down too soon, it's just gonna sit there. Like, I was never good at basing that. I don't miss using those cherry picker things at Amazon. The height kind of scary. No, I understand. Yeah, I don't gotta deal with a lot of that height stuff or forklifts or that. I don't gotta deal with driving any of that or dealing with getting up on heights. I'm not great at heights either. I barely like getting up on tall ladders. That's why when I skateboarded, I never went down massive ramps. I had a few instances where I went off of like dirt hills and stuff and fell and busted my shit. And I always been afraid of heights. I can literally look down the second floor of a freaking mall and feel like I'm falling. Get that gut feeling. And even down my staircase, I used to do that and get that feeling. And it was just, I never liked heights. Like, there's the giant drop, the ride. Never went on it. I don't mind roller coasters, but I hate the feeling of just being dropped. Even roller coasters, it gives me that gut feeling, but I just love the thrill of roller coasters. But giant drop, no. And yet, I love the Tower of Terror, which is basically just that, except not as high or fast. But it's literally a ride that drops you. Yeah, I've never been good with heights. This is going to be a bit of an earlier stream for me, guys, so I can try and get some better sleep. Tomorrow, we're going to try to get on a little earlier so I can try to catch up to where I was. I was the kid whose mom made them wear knee pads. I never did. Unfortunately, I don't think my parents never really enforced it. I don't know if they knew I wasn't doing anything crazy extreme. They used to take me to skate parks and such. But I don't think my parents knew I wasn't like very like the best skateboarder. And they weren't too worried about me hurting myself extreme because I've never had a broken bone or anything of that nature. I'm sure if I came to them to where I was like, oh, I hurt myself, they probably would be like, all right, you gotta wear protection. Especially if I broke a bone. The fact that I've never had a broken bone in my life, because I was a weak kid back then, so I was never that brave to really go off anything extreme because of my fear of heights and a fear of pain. So I never really did anything daring extreme. And I've been hit by a car, stuff like that, but I've never broken a bone. So they probably never were worried, too worried about me not wearing protection like that. The worst skateboarding accident I had was I rolled over I think it was my hand, or was it my ankle? It was one of the two. I landed wrong, down a half pipe, and landed on my foot. My board, that is. Badly. Fucked my ankle up for a while. But I never went to the hospital or anything for that kind of thing. I've also cut the inside of my mouth once, where I fell off my skateboard going too fast, and I like slid a few feet. And cut the inside of my mouth up. But again, I got right up a lot of the times after that. That time where I rolled over my ankle was probably the only time I like sat down. I was like, I'm done. Every other incident I fell, I like always got back up, and I was like, I'm a strong kid or a strong guy, but I was like just never wanted to. I was always afraid of just hurting myself. It was kind of my fault though. It was someone was driving down my old block back home, and I was playing ball with friends and ran into the middle of the street. My non-observant ass. There are a lot of crazy people out there. I've gotten hit by 2 cars actually. One full on, meaning I fell off. I was on the front of the car and flew off when they slowed down and stopped. I literally flew in midair and landed on my back. The second time I was literally with a group of friends and we were all crossing the street. So this one couldn't have been my fault because we were all crossing the street. I wouldn't have gone on my own unless I knew it was cleared. The first time it was my fault because I didn't pay attention. The second time I was crossing a busy street and a guy hit me with the side mirror in the shoulder. That actually didn't hurt. The first time I was much younger, and after, like, I got up after that, though. I literally got up after that, punched my friend for laughing at me, and then that's when the pain hit me. I went from the adrenaline of getting hit to my body feeling like complete jello. And then that's when the pain kicked in. And I was out of school for 2 days. It wasn't that bad. It's just after the initial pain, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad of it. They weren't going that fast. Okay, the second time wasn't my fault. I was crossing the street with a group of friends. This guy was going when he shouldn't have. I don't know how it could have been my fault when all my friends and everyone else was crossing the street. Okay, it could have been my fault for all I know. I don't know. The guy probably did have a clear vantage point to go, and I must have stepped too far out. I don't know. You know what? I'm not gonna even blame myself for that, or blame anyone else for that. All the mistakes that's happened, it was all my fault, and I get them. Not that I'm not careful. I haven't been hit by a car since then. I get you're concerned, but I haven't been hit by a car since. Look, I'm also klutzy. I get into a lot of dumb shit because I'm also klutzy. But I've never broken a bone or seriously injured myself. I'll be fine. I've always watched the roads. That was just the only time I didn't. It was the first the first car that hit me. It was my mistake. But I'm also strong. I can take a lot of abuse and not cry or whatever. Even if it is painful, I don't normally tear up unless it's extremely painful. I usually just start moping around that it hurts. Or I'll start doing my usual motherfucker bitching thing. Because the last extreme pain I felt is when I had a lot of fucking food from a pizza shop out here that sells Chicago-style pizza, and I had a lot of like pizza and chicken, I think it was, little chicken bites, and I had massive stomach pain, and I was on the toilet for like 2 hours. I had to end the stream early because of it. I think that was one of the worst kind of pains in my recent memory. And this was recent. This was 3 years ago, I think? It was during an October stream of Parasite Eve. And this was definitely a couple years back. On a jog and someone bumped me on an intersection. Yeah, it's very easy to get into an accident like that. Like, especially the roads out by me now, where there's very little sidewalks. And it's all just, it's because I live in a rural area where it's a lot of farmland now. versus a massive city, versus a small suburban city outside of Chicago. So there's like very little sidewalks, and you can't walk anywhere. You have to literally drive to get to most places, instead of back where I lived, I can walk to places and get to like 20 different stores, or I can walk to my high school, I can walk to my mall, I can walk to a library. And then, like, by the train, I can walk to a train track where you can take the train to different, you know, cities or whatever, different other towns. Where I used to take the train to go visit my ex or whatever. Or my other ex-girlfriend lived one town over from me, so I could walk to her house or whatever. Or my best friend, Reaper, or Irving, he literally lived a couple blocks away from me, near the train tracks. I can walk to his house. Stuff like that. Zero didn't live too far from me either. A little further out, so I never really walked there. I have a few times with him. But like, I lived close to a few people. And all my best friends that I grew up with were literally across the street from me. But yeah, like, any major stores, if I want to go to a cigarette store, there's a 7-Eleven, which was a couple blocks away, or there was another cigarette shop, which is a convenience store, not really so much a gas station, literally down by the train tracks. And across by that is bars and restaurants up the ass. And you keep walking down, you'll eventually hit all the Burger King, the McDonald's, the White Castles, all that. Yeah, see, Dollar General to the post office. Like, there's a, I don't know if we have a Dollar General in Illinois by me, but there was a post office a little further away, which I don't really even remember the location of. And by the mall, too, there was a GameStop, and then a GameStop within the mall. So we had that, and then I know there used to be there was also a Best Buy nearby that, too, if I ever needed to go to Best Buy by the mall. There was a Blockbuster Video. I was a kid, so I never walked, but as a kid, we had a Blockbuster Video by us, Value Video. We have a lot of those electronics type stores too. So we had a lot of stuff near me. And now they added a Chick-fil-A by us for the first time, because I never had Chick-fil-A growing up. We also added of course when I moved, they added a Five Guys literally across the street, which is one of the Five Guys I worked at. They also added a comic shop, of course. The moment I moved, they added comic shop, which deals in a lot of Pokemon cards, because they have card tournaments there. They also dealt with a lot of manga and actual, like, you know, American comics and figurines. I remember buying the Walking Dead volumes there and a few of my Dragon Ball figurines there. Of course, they get that when I move. We also had a card shop near me before it closed down. I used to go there all the time for Pokemon cards. So yeah, we had pretty much a lot of good stuff. Now here, I walked from Chick-fil-A once, which is normally like a 5 to 10 minute drive, depending on traffic or how I'm driving, which is I usually drive about 30 to 45. Because that's kind of like a comfortable speed limit, or just because that's just how comfortable with my feet I am with being on the gas. I don't really try to go too over, if at all, but like, I usually drive, because the streets leading to my work are about 45 miles an hour. When I worked at Chick-fil-A, it was about a 10-minute drive or less. It took an hour to walk home. It is quite a hike, but also it's because of the roads. They're busier streets, and they're smaller roads, with no sidewalks. So I'm literally just walking all along roads, and there's some bridging. So there's like small bridges too. And it might not be the most direct, best path, but it's the only, and my direction's kind of bad, so if I don't know a certain path to get there, I'm not gonna remember a different one. So like, I'll take the way I knew. And it wasn't a great route, walking-wise. It still would have taken a while though, even if it was a faster route. It's still like walking versus driving is a much slower thing, but like it took a while versus I'm sure if I walked from Sears, it would probably take like close to an hour to walk home, maybe a little less than that, because it's much closer. I literally live less than 5 minutes away from work. I can leave my house 5 minutes to 7 and be there literally like a minute or two late. If I don't get any traffic, I'll be there right at time. Trust me, it's happened. I've woken up right at 7 o'clock before and gotten to work literally 2 to 3 minutes after I wake up. I just gotta rush my clothes on, but that's an exaggeration. It's probably more like 10 minutes, because I gotta get my clothes on and everything and get in the car and start it drive, but I'll be there in like 5 or 6 minutes after 7. On average, I leave for work right at around 6:40, 6:50, and I'm usually there right at 7. With like maybe a couple minutes to spare to smoke a bowl of tobacco in my car. It's really quick drive, especially with no people on the road. It's even better at night, at like when I have to go to work at 6 a.m., so I'm driving at 5. It's even better because there's literally nobody on the road. Yeah, I worked at Chick-fil-A, 2 of them. I worked at 2 Five Guys. And that's the extent of my fast food. None of them kept me. Chick-fil-A was the first major job I had. Like, the Five Guys fired me within 3 months each, give or take. I don't know what. I know I wasn't the fastest, because I mainly also did fries there as well. But the difference was I also had to load the fry buckets with water and fries, and they were fucking heavy. I'm not really a strong guy. I'm pretty weak. I'm not that, but like, I don't know. I just couldn't keep up. And then when I worked at Chick-fil-A, I'm like, I'm still here, and it's been like, I worked there for like 3 years or so, 3-4 years. I literally had a name tag that showed my service, the amount of years I worked, shortly before I got fired. But it was also my fault I got fired. So it's not like they fired me because I failed, it was because I was because one, they weren't giving me money. They were giving me $9.59. And granted, yeah, I could have talked to them about this. But it's not fair when you implement new hirees and a sign that literally states 12 an hour, and you're giving a guy who's been doing nothing but covering other people's shifts, working overtime, and putting in all this effort to try to better himself, and doing everything he can to not give that person more. I even tried to rank up from a basic grunt worker to a, I guess, it wasn't a lead, but it wasn't just a basic grunt. It was, they didn't really have any more power, but they just made a little bit more money and had some slight more responsibility. And I didn't do that only because, like, I stopped because you had to watch a bunch of dumb videos online, and I was planning on going through that, but after the effort of doing some of that online to realize they didn't unlock the right stuff for me to do for no reason, which was bullshit, I also had to be able to bread in a certain amount of time frame. I had to chop lemons, which I used to make the lemonade. So I used to chop the lemons, the fresh lemons, and then I used to prepare the lemonade for everybody, and then they would just add the sugar and everything into it. Oh, actually, no, wait, no, I would do all that. Yeah, no, I would do all the lemon chopping and putting all the lemonade into it, and then preparing the 2 different lemonades, the ones with non-sugar, and the I think it was the sweet lemonade and non-sweet or whatever it was called. It's been a while, but yeah, I would prepare all the lemonade, get all that put into the fridge, and then like I would pour it into their machine that they would get it from. Like, I would do all of that daily. That was the first thing I came in and did in the morning, was just chop lemons. And you had to do that in a certain time, and you used a juicer. And I was kind of bad at the juicer because it was a rhythm thing. You had to grab one juice, grab another juice, just repeat. So one hand took one lemon, one hand grabbed another lemon and juiced, and then as you juice with your other hand, you would grab another one. It was just, I was never good at the rhythm. But, like, yeah, I managed to get it enough to where I can get the rhythm of that down to get the time I needed, and I was able to get all the requirements from the kitchen to be able to do this stuff online, but I never did it all because they never unlocked it for me, and when they did, I kind of lost interest, and then it was just not worth it. Then they implemented 12 an hour. Then they had us take a test, and if we were to pass, we would have gotten ranked up anyway, and I failed, of course. I'm one of those guys. But they asked me a lot of information I never knew about Chick-fil-A, and it wasn't just so much the history, some of it was, but it was a lot of important information that I would not care to know or care to really pay attention to. It was more like typical numbers that a lead would focus on, you know, like the sales of things or whatever, or what is this, or you know, whatever. Like, I'll pay attention to how long a food is supposed to be out before it goes bad. Like, how long can a food be stored for, or whatever, you know, stuff like that. That's important to know for a kitchen. But stuff that they asked you, some of the stuff that leads should know, like certain sales things, that's not something I really care to know. Yeah, I remember soaking the fries and stuff. The manager, I didn't get along, so I quit. The staff, yeah, I never had problems with any of the Five Guys staff. Chick-fil-A staff, some of them were okay. I was happy with one of the major leads because he was the one that gave me the job and he got me on my feet. Some of the other leads, I don't think they got along with me. But I also, like, because of all that, I got stressed out, wasn't making any money, was losing money. I wasn't being able to get a car, and then so I was like, fuck it, I was smoking weed, and I was like, fuck you guys, you want to do this to me, I'm just gonna sit there and just not care. And I was just buying weed, and they caught me buying weed. But it is my fault. Not that I regret it, because I have a better job now, and I quit. One, I quit because I knew there was going to be a chance that I'm going to get drug tested, and I was correct. I've always had good sense of prediction. I was like, okay, the next job I get, or the next future job I get, is going to eventually drug test. I'm going to try to find something that's not retail or fast food. I'm going to try to find something that's more for my age pool, because I was in my late 20s, early 20s, late 20s when I worked at Chick-fil-A, which is not something I should be really focusing on with it. I need something more, and I was like, I'm going to eventually get drug tested because I'm older. I should be working something more my age. Warehouse, Sears, they drug tested. I passed. I mean, obviously. They don't do mandatory drug tests that I know of, because I've only been drug tested once, and that was for the initial hire. When they actually, because you start off as a temp. You go to a temp agency, they give you the location of a spot that is to your requirement, because they asked me what kind of job I would like, or, you know, how much money or how close, and I was like, I want something close by with at least anything, you know, above 12 an hour, around 12 an hour, and I was making around 11 an hour, 12 an hour at the start, and it was close by, and then they didn't drug test you, but I got hired after about 4 or 5 months or 3 months or so. They drug tested me, I passed, and now I'm making, then I got boosted to, I think, 12, 13 an hour or whatever it was, then I got boosted again to about $14.75, and now I'm at 16 an hour. So I gotten 3 raises in less than 5 years. Believe it or not, my $9.59 was a raise. I'm not kidding. Yeah, my brain can't dedicate all that memory to space. It was kind of trivial. That's what it was with the Chick-fil-A test. I was like, I didn't do too bad. It was just not enough to pass. I got, like, I think a 70. That's still, like, not terrible for, like, a school standard thing. I felt old there. Yes, no, that's how I felt. I mean, there was a few people there that were older than me. There was a couple people who were in their earlier or late mid-30s while I was still in my late 20s. There was a couple people who were like 50s, and then there was one lady who was like literally 80-something. Yeah, I'm glad I caught you. Hey, how you doing? Just talking about work, my friend. We're just chilling. Talking about work. I actually got murdered. Got the baby asleep, about to scarf some food. Ah, that's good. We made it to a new section in the game and got murdered. I mean, no, I'm having a good day. We're just talking about memories. The game has been treating me well today. Like, yesterday I wasn't having a terrible day yesterday. I was just getting frustrated by the dumb random encounters, how often it was happening. That's not really the problem. The problem was with some of the enemies are terrible. Like flying enemies, or there was a bunch of enemies that were just overbearing me. There's the dudes that like throw their fists at me and it explodes and I was getting stuck. The invisible guys, which I can now deal with. I beat a boss already today. The second boss in the game. I made it pretty far, decently far. I got some progression. I got another boat. I got more balls. We got more balls. New boat, who dis? Yeah, we got a shark cruiser is what it's called. We got more balls. You know, this is reminding me of Ninja Gaiden for some reason. The Aura Balls. I've played a bit of the original Ninja Gaiden. Not like growing up or anything, but like it kind of reminds me of that. But yeah, we got some new colored balls. It also reminds me a bit of Final Fantasy with the gems. Yeah, that are the Affinity Stones. It feels very Final Fantasy with the gems too, the main like elemental gems, like the Earth's crystal, the water crystal, or whatever. It kind of reminds me of that too. So I guess it's gonna make a complete circle. So I'd probably need what, at least 3 more it looks like. We fought a new boss who was like a dude it was a knight on a horse. The Grinch emote. Remember, yes, the Sonic Chaos Emeralds. And I remember finding those. That and the mini games. The weird like 3D bouncy mini game where you gotta like collect the blue balls. The only time you want to do that. And avoid the red balls. Or whatever it was. To get some of the emeralds, I think it was. And then it was like the ones with like I think it was rings. It was a weird. It was weird that you gotta like angle the map and like have Sonic fall down specific paths to get the ring or whatever. Yes. Oh yeah. The ones where you gotta like angle the map a right way so Sonic goes down the right paths to get the secrets. Yeah. God yeah. How you doing, Grizz? You know what, I'm actually gonna continue a little bit. I was gonna get off, but I changed my mind. Not that it's because people are joining or talking more, it's just that, you know what, I changed my mind. Like, I had a nice, good conversation with Chocolate Chip about work and all that. I think I'm just gonna progress a little bit. At least catch me back up. Look at my shark tank, it has googly eyes! Yay! No, I don't want you guys. But anyway, how's it going, everybody? Oh yeah, I don't know if you saw, I dropped you a follow. Sorry if I butcher this, I don't think I've said your name yet. Kronos? I haven't said your name out loud before, but Kronos, correct? Like Chrono Cross, Chrono Trigger? Yeah, no problem. I thought that was it. I was thinking to myself all, like, at work, I was like, or just whenever I got home and saw your name, I'm like, his name is Kronos? Yeah, the God of Time, Kronos. That's what I thought it was. I just didn't want to butcher it because of the second R. I didn't know if you had a specific pronunciation, but it's been kind of like on my mind at work for some reason. And then when I came home and followed you, I'm like, I haven't said his name yet out loud, so I want to make sure not so much. Like, I don't mind it. I'm just not good with mythology or any type of, like, history in some regard. I mean, I played a bit of God of War, and there's a lot of Greek mythology. But that's okay. Like, I don't hate it. I just don't remember a lot of it. I've learned a bit of Greek mythology back in high school, but I'm not good with any type of history whatsoever. Like, I mean, I love Hercules and that kind of thing, but like, there's 2 Cronoses, I guess, and the one that ate his babies. Oh, not that one. Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I just know the game Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross and stuff like that. I don't know anything. I know that's probably not based on anything the way you just mentioned. So I don't know anything about the god Kronos. I'm sure it's... not sure. That's Greek mythology, right? I'm not sure if that's mentioned in God of War. If that's a different mythology, then never mind. Pretty much everything. Pretty much everything. I mean, I haven't really listened to a lot of rap like I used to. No, I haven't. I've seen it on Facebook. I've seen a lot of pictures and such, but no, I haven't. I don't really watch a lot of news or TV or anything like that. But I've seen stuff on Facebook about it. The guy in the dress thing. Yeah, the sweater was homage to Kurt. Yeah, I saw that online. It was nice. A lot of people are being homophobic, I'd imagine. That and my timeline's a bit... My timeline's all about that and the DMX tributes. Like, I had a bunch of people that I don't really know on my Facebook because I get a lot of random just stuff, too. From, like, just news and stuff, but... Everyone was like... There was a post about comparing DMX to Tupac, and I'm like, every dead rapper's gonna get compared to Tupac, of course. It's like, Tupac was great for his time, but can't you just let his greatness fade? Because there's gonna be greatnesses from the modern era. DMX was great for his time too. Not everyone has to be compared to Tupac. DMX and Tupac was great for his time. DMX was great for his time. Every generation's gonna have a great rap artist or music artist from a different genre, a different group of people. Tupac's a legend that will never fully die out, and same with DMX. Like, a lot of people from a lot of younger kids who are younger than me are gonna think, you know, I don't know, Lil Wayne was big and popular back when I was in high school. I'm sure he's a legend to a lot of younger kids. Eminem is another one who is a legend to a lot of people. And I'm sure his legend's gonna be even greater when he passes on. Everyone got past the phrase, Wayne is goated. I mean, he's a good rap artist. Both him and Eminem are great rap artists. No, sure, DMX level. I like both of them. See, that's all opinion, too. Like, a lot of people were stating these opinions like it's a fact. Not everyone's gonna think one is better than the other. They can like them both. Some are gonna like DMX, some are gonna like Tupac, some are gonna like Biggie Smalls. I used to like a lot of... I've never really been into the whole gangster rap. Like, I like Tupac, don't get me wrong, but, like, I didn't really grow up on DMX either, but they're both good rap artists. I liked Kanye West and stuff like that. I liked Eminem. But, like, music is music to me. I was never, like, the biggest music person. Like, the first artist I grew up listening to, like, the first artist I really started getting into some music with was Outkast. Like, that was, like, one of the first artists that I was like, hey, I like this. This is cool. And then I started listening to some music on and off. Both are good. Both are very good. I just never really... My brother was more of the gangster rap. I like music, but I'm not, like, huge into music. I also like a lot of... I'll just listen to a lot of anime music, though. Like, game music and anime music. That's what I tend to rock more than actual other artists. But I like music of all genres. It's just I rarely listen to a lot of it. But I haven't listened to DMX in a long time. Again, I wasn't really the biggest into music, but I liked Lil Wayne. I liked Kanye West. Those were artists that I used to listen to back when I was in high school. I mean, of course, I did listen to DMX here and there from friends, but I was never too big into rap back when I was that young. It wasn't until really high school that I was starting to listen to a bit more rap. Outkast was like an oldie. Yeah, Outkast was great. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. But yeah. I didn't really fully get into music, though, until I was in high school. I listened to some of Outkast in middle school and stuff like that, but I wasn't really too big into the music scene till way later on. But a lot of people also a lot of rappers are just dumb. I did listen to some early Outkast. I listened to a lot of their... Yeah, I listened to a lot of their shit. I don't remember it at this point and don't have it anymore, but I listened to a lot of their early work. And a lot of their more modern work with stuff like that. With Cyrus Jackson and Shake It Like a Polaroid Picture. Those are the more songs that I can recall because those are more popular and those are stuff that I remember. But I have listened to a lot of their early work. They're probably the most influential. I love everything and love when artists get outside the box. Tenacious D is great. I don't have them on my phone, but I love that. I love that movie, The Pick of Destiny. I love their music. It's hilarious. I'll get into dumb music. I love that shit. The movie was hilarious. I just don't have their songs on my phone. I've never downloaded their music or bought any of their CDs or whatever, but I've listened to it through friends and it was great. Also, I think Jack Black is amazing. I love his acting. He's a great guy. He's funny. Jack and Kyle are actually really talented musicians. Yeah, I know they are. They're amazing. Hey, man. I used to walk to fucking high school with fucking headphones and a CD player, man. Don't mock it. Shit's... Blast your shit, my friend. Shortly after that, I had an MP3 player. I mean, God. Now it's all fucking phones. Hell, people even older than us used to use boomboxes and shit. I used to talk with people at Chick-fil-A all the time, talking to how they used to walk down the street with a fucking boombox. It's like, why is there a vampire out here in the sunlight? 24 biddies! Holy shit! Grizz, you insane, beautiful person, you. Thank you, my friend, with a total of 246 bits. More rainbow unicorns! Ah, yes. My God, the encounter rate. See, I know I'm not the most talkative normally. I'm very quiet, but my God, once people get me chatting, I talk. That's all it takes. I try to start conversations sometimes, and when it's quiet or slow, and I normally try to talk even if nobody answers, but when people actually start talking to me, that's when I start going. And that's what starts bringing the people in too, because they see I'm talking, and I'm very interactive with chat. I know that's a big thing, and I do my best to always, because I look at chat all the dang time. Like, I can see it in my peripheral vision, so if I see it update, I'll look. Even if I'm in a fight, and if it costs me a fight, it's never your fault. It's mine. I will read chat just to make sure I don't miss something. And there are times that I do. There are times that I do miss chat. Like, something will scroll, and I'll miss, like, a line of text. But I tend to try to go back and catch up. I'm the same, sorry, I missed the past couple minutes. Like, one seemed like she woke up. Ah, man, don't worry about it. If your kid's important, my friend. I'm never gonna... If you gotta go, or whatever, ever, and, you know, family, I understand. No need to really explain. I appreciate that if you do say goodbye or whatever, you gotta go, and I do appreciate that. But just letting you guys know, if you ever have something emergency or anything, you don't have to say a thing. And then if you come back and be like, hey, sorry, I had this to do, it's very appreciative. At least that way I know. But yeah, no, you never have to. Things are important. Life. I don't have a kid. I still live with my parents, so I have a lot more free time than, say, most people do. But, like, I'm trying to get out of here. The only reason I haven't yet is because I don't want to live in PA. I want to eventually move back home. That's when I want to try to find a place, a better job out there. Otherwise, I could have gotten an apartment. I mean, I probably still could. I've been out here long enough, but like, then I don't. Then I have to go through the whole ordeal of not only buying the whole thing and then eventually selling it. And I just rather focus on it when I'm actually comfortable and want to live somewhere. You know. I know that sounds kind of probably lazy, but I'm my ass. Is just polite. No, I appreciate it. There's nothing wrong with being polite. My God. I'm always trying my best to be polite. Like, a lot of the times I'm in chat, I normally don't... I usually pass out whenever I watch streams, or I normally don't talk in some people's chats. But whenever I am active enough, I don't always say goodbye or anything, but that's because I pass out. But I try to say, like, hey, I gotta go or something, but I don't always. But I do my best to try to at least be polite and never be rude. I know sometimes I can get very yelly, or, you know, I can sometimes supply, my mod can sometimes get on my case or nerves. And sometimes it feels like I'm mad at him when I'm not. It's just I have pet peeves that he procs. Can this thing go away? It's pissing me. Oh my God. Can we turn around? Like, he procs some of my pet peeves, and it sounds like I'm getting angry. And some people probably see that and are like, ugh, I don't want to, I don't like this. He's yelling at his fans. It's like, I'm not. But it's how I get. Like, he makes references. If I say something, he'll make a joke reference, and that's fine. But sometimes it's just like, please, just no. Just stop. I get that enough from a friend I lived, who's one of my close friends that I've been with most of my childhood. And he makes references and jokes to other things all the damn time. And it's just like, stop! So unfortunately it became a pet peeve. And my buddy Supply does that all the time. That, or he'll be in Discord and it'll be like, question! I'm like, dude, just say the fucking question. It's not high school. Like, yeah, a lot of the times my Discord's quiet, so people may not respond, ever. But, like, it'd be better, you would get more of a response if you actually asked your question, rather than, okay, come on! Rather than just sitting there saying question. God, what the fuck was that? Can you stop? I can't fucking move, literally! Okay, that was bullshit. Mr. Skeleton fucking crab thing? That was unrestrained bullshit, and my fault for getting hit by it the first time, causing that entire thing. It's not my fault, you guys have a shit ton of health on top of it. Can I hit this guy? Thank you. I'm trying to do the multi-smack, but I'm too close. You just got too much goddamn health. There we go. They give me a lot of experience, though. Holy crap, and I really like that. But, like, every time I'm burp or whatever, I'll always say, excuse me. Some people are very disgusting when they do that. It's like, God, that annoys me whenever I watch people that I watch sometimes on Twitch or YouTube. People just burp. And I know some people probably don't like eating on stream, which is why I tend to neglect my food sometimes. That, or I'm just forget about it. But we're all humans, and I stream most of my time. So, like, sorry for anyone who doesn't like. I used to take my webcam down whenever I ate, and I just kind of just stopped caring about that. Like, I'll open doors for people. Yeah, we gotta eat, I understand. But it is a bother to some people. Like, I'll open doors for people. I'll say, excuse me, if if I feel like it, I was gonna say. Sometimes I won't say excuse me, but I'm very also impatient, so I'll wait somebody instead of just being rude. Because if somebody's in a conversation, I don't want to just say excuse me and interrupt their conversation. But like, I will try to be polite and be like, open doors for people, or you know, say thank you or pleasure to meet you, that kind of thing, or whatever. So it is like I am very. And a lot of this is common sense. Like, my parents didn't have to teach me this. Like, they never really had me do chores around the house, and I know a lot of the common stuff, like how to do dishes and clothes. And over the years of watching my parents pump gas, I know how to pump gas. Some people literally need to be handheld. Some people don't get it. Some people aren't. Some people just don't function right. I don't know. I've seen some rude people. I don't drive all that much, nor have I ever really driven on the highway. And some people don't know how to drive. The fuck is that thing? Oh no, it's an aerial enemy. No. I've already died. I want to at least get to a town. No. Aerial enemies are the fucking worst. I swear, those skeleton men, that guy. Come on, game. Look, as much as I want your experience. Can you stop, game? Every 3 steps. Stop. Thank you. How do I get there? I think this is the way with the cave that I went into with the side-scrolling segment that I should have taken. No, you guys aren't too bad, but no. I really don't. Yeah, I don't know if there's a town over here, but I didn't do this the last time I went to the other side. I started this and then immediately backed out because I wanted to see what to the right was. And we're gonna do this. This is to right to left now. Fuck. Why'd you stop running? Oh, okay. Can we stop? Oh, wow. That was quick. Another one. I could just run past it. What am I doing? I kind of forgot that I can actually just run past all that. Oh, jeez. Oh my god, my face. Rusky Ragna, thank you for the raid. Good lord. Ow, my ear. Thank you for the follow. Oh my god. Sart4guy 15. Sorry if I butchered that. Thank you for the raid and the follow. Hello, raiders. How are ya? Shaggy. How you going, Shaggy? How you doing? Yeah. My God, Shaggy Smokes. Thank you for the follow. Wait, what? Hello, everybody. Jeez. Wait, why does it say API error? Did I butcher something? Oh, I spelled your name wrong. Oh my God, I missed a letter. I hit the K. That's why I missed a letter. Sorry about that. Dropping. Yeah, I butchered your name just now, Ragnum. Sorry. I was like, what happened there? Thank you for the raid. Hope I spelled it right this time. I think so. Well, that's not a command. Oh my God, I can't type. I'm so enamored by all this that I can't even type anymore. Nailed it. Nailed it all. There we go. Always playing different games. I love it. Yeah, I'm a variety streamer. Check out Ragna. Have a good stream. Thank you, Shaggy. For anyone who's here from my regulars or any of my community is here, feel free to check out Ragna, and we'll shout you out as well, since I haven't done so yet. Feel free to also check out Kronos as well. Feel free to check out. You guys are all beautiful people. I don't know if you stream Shaggy, but I'm gonna shout you out as well. Yep, you do. Feel free to check out Shaggy Smokes, Kronos, Ragna. No problem, man. And I'll shout you out again, Grizz, since you're here. And you've been here most of this time. I try. I really do try. Check out Grizz Shot as well. You guys are amazing people. Like, I love every one of you. We're all from the... Yep. Hey, no problem. Oh, I know. Yeah, like, I'm trying to grow with a bit more of other communities. Like I grew outside of promoting. I grew to affiliate status from the ground up, and it felt amazing. And now that I started promoting, it's been slow, but like I want to try to get used to joining other communities. And it was, yeah, feel free to join the Discord. Click that first link. The second one is kind of died. It kind of has never really popped off. The first link in my Discord there, that command, is the one that all my community is in. So if you want to join my Discord, click the first link. The second one's there just because it was kind of an extra Discord. Me and my friend made 2 different Discords, and then one of them started to grow, and then we just kind of abandoned the other one. So if you guys want to talk about games, anime, whatever, post pictures of your pets, stuff like that. But like, yeah, I want to try to gain friends, maybe future potential co-ops. I'm not big into like shooters, so I don't play any Call of Duty or anything like that. Yeah. I play like Borderlands and Left 4 Dead or whatever, but I'll definitely help support regardless. Like, I don't really personally care. As long as the person is fun to chat with, the game is not really the biggest thing for me. Gots to look out for the homies. Indeed. Sot? Sorry if I'm not thinking of the initial, or the game out of that with those initials. I can't think of what that is. Sea of Thieves. Holy crap! Thank you for the sub! I have never played Sea of Thieves, but I've watched it and it looks a lot of fun. Thank you for the sub! Holy crap! Thank you! Sorry if this is loud! Sorry if I'm getting louder. Holy shit! Welcome to the Hunters Guild, everybody who's followed! Thank you for the sub, Star4 guy. Or Sart4 guy. Thank you. I'm just gonna call you 4 guy. But thank you for the sub. Holy crap. Can Can we get a Vegeta emote, everybody? My tier 1. For anyone who can use my Vegeta emote, pop all that off for me. Or any type of, like, hype emote that you guys have. If you guys have any, like, hype emote, for anyone who cannot use my emotes like that. For anyone, Sart, okay. I can call you that if that's what you prefer. If anyone who cannot use my Vegeta emote, feel free to just pop off that or any hype emote you guys have. There you go. And if you guys have, does anyone have better Twitch TV? I have a bunch of emotes because I don't have enough slots. I have also more emotes on Better Twitch TV, the extension. So for anyone who can use the extension on Twitch, I have a bunch of emotes. Handful of them are actually mine, but another good emote to use for any for follows or raids or any subs would be the Ditto dance. Yeah. But I have a bunch of cool emotes that you guys can check out, because I definitely have prepared for whenever I get a bunch of subs and stuff. I have like a ton of emotes. I just don't have the slots. I'm a big Dragon Ball fan and a big Phantasy Star fan. So for anyone who loves Dragon Ball or Phantasy Star, my emotes are basically Phantasy Star related. So we got my logo, and we got like my OC. So like right there is my logo and OC character. And then we actually got emotes of me. So like another good one would be, another good emote if you guys use Better Twitch TV to spam for raids and hype stuff would be me. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. For instance, though, for anyone who's curious, the emote came from this. That's my character Scope from Phantasy Star Online. My Twitch logo is literally a Humar, but he's not an OC. It's just like, hey, I want this image. Can you draw him this way? And that's where that came from. Merch on sale. I'm plugging my own merchandise. I don't have that much. I have hats and phone cases or whatever and shirts and things, but I still gotta add more of my stuff onto actual merch. Like I got Scope's actual design that I gotta put on more things. I got my Vegeta and Goku emotes that I want to put onto things. I just been lazy. That's kind of an annoying thing to do, is that I gotta do a bunch of shit like line it up and put it on the thing and then customize it like with certain colors, and it's just a pain in the ass. But I also have a shop on Streamlabs. All the links for all my shops, or believe it or not, are on my About page. If you scroll down on the panels, all that's down there too. For anyone who likes the designs, feel free to support the channel. I appreciate it. Alright, I gotta figure out how to get up here. Ah! Well, rip. Oh no, I actually died. No! Damn. Well, that bites. At least I'm here, though. Well, I appreciate everyone following and sticking around. Now I gotta... Now I'm gonna have to send love back. Not that I wasn't gonna sit there and start... Not that I wasn't gonna go and look at the Discord and see if there's anyone on when my usual raids aren't on. Like if Grishot or Newbiekins weren't on or whatever. I usually go and find like the latest person who's last live or whatever and raid them. But... now I gotta figure out when some of these new peoples are live so I can start getting used to their community and join another group, because it's so hard for me to do, though. Take the time to actually get used to someone's community, because I don't have a lot of time. I could easily take a different schedule and change up how many days I stream, but unfortunately, I like streaming daily, I just like also gaming daily, but like... But I'll definitely do my best to take some time to try to stick around and join as many of you guys' channels as possible. It's just hard when I don't have a lot of the time with my own streams. And that's not an excuse, it's just when I work till about 4 o'clock every day and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna send you guys some love for all of that. Thank you so much. So don't be surprised. Yeah, I usually watch on lunch or studying. Yeah, it's hard for me to watch on lunch. I would like to, but I have very poor internet at work. And then I usually do watch a couple streams late. Like last night I was in Grizz Shots stream for a little bit. And earlier in the day when I got home at 4 o'clock, I watched a bit of Noobykins play Final Fantasy. And I was chatting with him a little bit. Then he joined my stream, and then I raided Grizz Shot, and then I was chatting with him for a little bit, and then I passed out. But I had his stream up, so he was getting that, like, view. But as long as the person's just fun to chat with, the game does play a part, but not as much as the chatter does for me. Like, that's why, like, if I watch YouTube, the person has to be active and also have a webcam. Like, you don't need it, but the webcam usually helps. But personally, what it matters most is that they talk. I cannot watch a silent stream or a silent YouTube video with no talking. Because the person's what makes the video. Unless I'm watching, like, and plus, if I'm watching, like, a how-to or, like, on a video game, like, explaining something, I need somebody to actually explain it versus showing it. Because then I don't know the steps. It's a lot easier to explain the steps. Well, I appreciate beautiful people. Holy crap. How is everybody doing, though? But yeah, no, I'm definitely going to stop by and show some of you guys all that love. And again, a lot of people on the Facebook keep saying it's like follow for follow, and I'm sure there's some out there that do, but I feel like all the people I've been blessed with are definitely supporters and are actually looking for new people to actually show that same love back. And I'm always down to show love, even if the person never comes and gives me that same respect. If the person's fun, I'll show them love. Like, you guys don't need to give me any love unless you enjoy the content I make or just enjoy chatting with me. It's hard for me to find I've definitely grown with a few of my communities, but like I fell out of touch with some of them just because like I don't have a lot of the time. But like I've always just enjoyed because they have got similar tastes. They like certain games I do or anime or whatever. They're just fun to chat with. And some of them never actually showed that same support back. I've definitely followed and dropped bits on other people's channels that I rarely ever see anymore. I used to be part of a community that I used to raid all the time. And they just disappeared. And they used to send people my way, but they just disappeared off the face of the map. They're around, I just don't see them anymore. I know they stream on another channel or whatnot, but I just don't see them doing the same stuff that I used to enjoy. But yeah, no, I'm always down for you. I'm always down to make new friends, co-op. But yeah, sadly, I know a lot of you guys probably do play shooters. I'm not a big COD fan, but I'm down to play some other things. Like Sea of Thieves, for example, if you guys... I'll definitely try that out. It looks a lot of fun. I know Valheim is a game I have, and a lot of people, and I've seen it, and it looks fun as fuck. I know it's pretty buggy, or laggy at times, but I do want to try that out. I just never got around to it because I've been waiting for me and my friend to co-op it, but we've been busy with Monster Hunter lately. But yeah, no, I'm always down for things. Personally, I'm also not a big fan of PvP. It's not so much that COD I don't really like. I mean, I don't really like shooters. I used to do quite a bit of Wolfenstein back in the day on Xbox, PvP related. I was never very good at shooters, though. Even with stuff like Halo, and you probably saw that a bit in Half-Life, where I miss terribly at close range. And I'm even playing with mouse and everything. Like, I'm just not good at just aiming. My aim is not great. And, like, I just don't really care for PvP. Like, I prefer to play co-op or offline or just solo stuff. Like, I'm also grew up on Phantasy Star Online, where dropping monsters that drop items, it's first come, first serve. So I kind of grew up on playing that game solo. And it's one of those MMOs that it's not a huge MMO, not like WoW, so you don't really got to play with people. It's more fun with people, but it's not like, oh, this guy's major raid fights where you need at least 20 people to fight with. So it's one of those smaller scaled MMOs, so like I've grown to playing solo or with friends. So like I've never really been into big PvP-er either, because I just not my thing. But I'm down to jam on some fun stuff. Alright, let's... I finally find somewhere to go and I get wrecked. Again and again and again and again. I just didn't know where to go from there. I probably do like a leap of faith, but I didn't want to try that. Oh, damn it. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, these stupid invisible, like, walls. Curious, what is this way? I don't think I went this way. Oh my god. Yeah, why is a vampire in sunlight? Why is he underwater? Blah, I want your butt. Have my ass later there, buddy. My god. The encounter rate! Go away, Skelly. Oh, straight up. Straight up here. Wow, that was faster. So we're just gonna try to find a town. So what's everybody's favorite thing they do for streams? What's everyone's main stream they do? Uh-oh. Did I actually disconnect? No. Because I just saw welcome to the chat room load, and that's usually a bad sign for me. I might have dropped a bit of frames there, but I didn't actually lose connection. My main thing is Phantasy Star, but I haven't done it in a while. And I'll be getting back to that. That's like my main gimmick, the whole Hunter's Guild thing. Good. Good. No, I just saw my thing load and says welcome to the chat room. And usually that happens when my stream poops. And sometimes I'll have disconnection on my computer. And it's been happening on and off every now and then. Like it happened like the other day, like 3 times to me. So good. I'm actually interested in watching the videos. Aha! And I will be getting back to PSO. It probably won't be for a little bit. I want to get through some of these game requests before I can focus that down. Maybe on the weekends I'll play a bit of Phantasy Star Online, if you're curious. It's an awesome MMO. Small little MMO. If you have a computer You can easily. It's not a hard game. It's not very graphic either, so it doesn't take a lot to run. It can be a pain setting up at first because your computer. Oh, you have it. Oh, okay. Never mind. Because yeah, if you haven't set it up, I was gonna say your computer might detect it as a virus. But PSO Blue Burst is awesome. Yeah, it's very good. I love it myself. And then PSO2 on Steam. I'm not a biggest. I like PSO2. I'm just not as big into PSO2 as I am Phantasy Star Online. Like again, big MMOs aren't really my thing. Like I tried playing a bunch of Final Fantasy 11. Never really got too big into it. The combat wasn't something I enjoyed as getting out of 10 and 10-2. And then I tried playing Phantasy Star Online 2. I played it for quite a bit. Never really got extremely high level. And I think the stuff you kind of got to do to get some really good equipment or get really strong is kind of dumb. Like, I don't like that extra bullshit. I just like to fight things. I just like to fight monsters. And that's what Phantasy Star is. Phantasy Star is just like, here's, go to the field, fight a monster. Farm weapons if you want weapon drops. Go farm this monster. Borderlands is great. I haven't really played a lot of looter shooters. D2. What's D2? Diablo? Destiny. I have Destiny 1. I don't think I have Destiny 2. Destiny's alright, it's not bad. I haven't really gotten too into it. I have Destiny on PS4. I mean, if you're down to co-op stream that, I can. But I've never gotten, like, extremely into Destiny. Like, I like Borderlands a lot more. But, like, yeah, I definitely need to get more into Destiny and play that and actually beat it. Because I've never really done much in it. My friend got it for me and we never really played it either. It's just not releasing the content I feel like they could. Yeah, no, I feel you on that. I feel you on that and things. That's how I felt with Kingdom Hearts 3. As much as I love Kingdom Hearts 3, I feel like they could have made it a lot better. Instead of releasing DLC that rehashes an ending just to give you the main plot of the ending, and then only to lead into a boss rush fight that's similar to Kingdom Hearts 2's. Only to be a $30 cash grab. I mean, it was a good game, it just didn't live up to that, like, long-ass wait hype. And it definitely does not live up to the older games, I'll tell you. It's... When a game is worse than some of the worst games in the franchise, you know something's wrong. Like, I love Chain of Memories, but it is definitely, community-wise, one of the worst Kingdom Hearts games. But I love it. It's just, when a game is worse than that, though, something's wrong. I mean, nothing will be worse than Kingdom Hearts Recoded, though. Kingdom Hearts Recoded is absolute garbage. And it's I feel like any game should really learn from Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's godsend. Breath of the Wild's amazing. I just never really... Too many games, damn it. Like, I got Breath of the Wild a while back, and I just played a bit of it, but I could just never put a lot of time in it because there's other things I want to do on top of work and streaming. But Breath of the Wild is a game series, or Zelda is a game series I do want to start eventually, and Breath of the Wild is a game I do want to play and beat. It's just too many other things will grab my attention. If it doesn't grab me initially, like quickly, I lose interest. Not that I really thought it was boring or anything, it's just other things come out and that I really want to play. And I'm also been very slow with these game requests because I was busy doing Final Fantasy and these been sitting here for like a good year or more. But yeah. Zelda's a very good franchise. Well, at least I enjoyed Ocarina of Time is fun. It's definitely overrated, but I really like Majora's Mask. I like Wind Waker. Skyward Sword pissed me off with some of the flying segments because of the Wii motion controls, so I never really got too far into that. I definitely want to try that out on the Wii, or Switch, I mean. I enjoyed Oracle of Seasons and Ages growing up. I never grew up on a lot of Zelda until Ocarina of Time came out, so like Link to the Past, when I played that as an adult. I mean, it's a fun game, and I played Link Between Worlds. Very fun game. Sadly, I know I missed out on a lot of good stuff from my childhood, like these Final Fantasy games and early Zelda, but yeah. Like, Link to the Past is a very good game. They're very good if you're into puzzles, if you're into like the whole puzzle thing and dungeon stuff, because there's a lot of dungeons in the game and little puzzle-y stuff. Catch some Z's, I'm exhausted, hope the dudes have a great time. Hey, you as well, man. Take care. See you around, my friend. Yes, Zelda's very good. If you want to try out a very good Zelda game that's not overhyped, say as Ocarina of Time, Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo. If you have the mini SNES or your own, I would recommend looking into it, or emulation is very good. Let me go get a hat. SNES, Link to the Past, very good game. And it graphically holds up. Again, merch on sale. That's from Phantasy Star. Also from Phantasy Star. But yeah, they also, if you have the Switch, they also remade the Link's Awakening. They also have a re-release of Skyward Sword. The 3DS has the remakes of Ocarina and Majora's Mask. If you're not if you don't have any of those, then emulation for SNES for Link to the Past is a very good start. I'm not big on 64 emulation. It never seems to really work for me very well. But if you can get that working, then you can try out Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. Those are very good games. And it's not one of those games that gives you a lot of shit throwing at you, so it's very easy to pick up. There is a lot of, Zelda's an adventure game, so it has a lot of like side quest stuff to like 100% it, but like you don't gotta ever really focus on any of that. But it's a very fun series. I like it. And I will stream those. I'm surprised I haven't already, but I plan on streaming Zelda in the near future. It's just other things. Zelda's a pretty big franchise. It has a lot of stuff. Ranging from the original Zeldas up until now, and even the CDI versions do emulations. I actually got a 64 running pretty solid for some games. Yeah, I always seem to have menu issues. Like, the menus look like crap. And, like, I tried playing Pokemon Snap once, and it never... Some of the buttons never did not work. I couldn't even take pictures. I'm like, what's the point? A town! Damn it! Like, I always seem to have menu glitching, and, like... One of the few games that worked was Paper Mario, but even then, it just bothered me. So I prefer the physical copies of 64 stuff, just because who wants to, I want it to be good. I don't want it to look like crap. Plus, if you do have a Wii or a Wii U, I believe they're on those as well. If you don't want to emulate 64. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, I know for a fact they're on Wii. I don't know if they're on the Wii U. They might be. But if you don't, then yeah, emulation's your only way. But they are very good games. But yeah, emulation then. There's a plethora. And if you have like the Dolphin emulator for the GameCube games and the Wii games, I definitely also recommend Wind Waker. Wind Waker's a very good game. It's a lot of sailing, so it might probably turn you off because there's a lot of sailing, but it's dungeon crawl stuff is very good. I recommend Zelda. It's very good for intros. Hell, even the original, while it's more open worlded RPG-ish than the others, because it's got an overworld that you can literally go into any dungeon early. Like, you can go into the later game dungeons if you can find them. Some might require you to have some items, so it's not completely 100% open-worlded, but you can literally go anywhere and access earlier parts of the game, or later parts of the game earlier. So you can do shit out of order, but, like, that's the fun of open-worlded games. Like, in Breath of the Wild, you can literally go fight the final boss. Whether or not you can actually really do anything, I don't know how you beat him or anything, but yeah, like, they literally, one of the first missions you get in Breath of the Wild is go fight Ganon. You can literally head straight to him, I think. I've never done it, but you can. Zoomed in. Ended up using my PS4 controller and remapped it to my ready. Ah, that's great. The menus are wildly zoomed in, that's interesting. Like, yeah, whenever I try playing stuff like Banjo-Kazooie or, whatever, it was like, the menu would look like your TV screen when you get that static. It would just look very terrible, and it's not something I want to have on my streams. I like to have my streams be as kind of perfect as possible. Like, if there's any issues, I'll just be like, I don't want to do this. Despite having streamed the entirety of Kingdom Hearts 3 with a stutter, because my Elgato was fucking up. Another main reason why I didn't do Mario Odyssey fully is because when I tried, yeah, it's not ideal. So, like, when I didn't realize Kingdom Hearts 3 had my stream of Kingdom Hearts 3 had issues until way later, but it was stuttering. Like, if you go watch my Kingdom Hearts 3 streams, you'll notice it'll stutter. That was my Elgato capture card. I don't know what was wrong, I couldn't fix it for a long while. And the reason why I didn't stream Mario Odyssey at first is because I couldn't seem to fix that, so I never actually fully streamed it. I did somewhat of a Mario Odyssey stuff. But, like, I don't know. Like, yeah, it's just not ideal to have that. Like, I also watched, one of my mods, Blackfire, did Pokemon Puzzle League, where I think he had glitching to where, or it's not glitching so much, it's where some of the effects didn't show up in Pokemon Puzzle League. When you break, it's like Tetris, if you haven't played that. It's basically, it's one of those kind of Tetris kind of games. Like Puzzle Attack or stuff like that. And I think some of the effects didn't show up, or something wasn't working right, because he was emulating it. And I played the physical copy, so, like, yeah, I just don't like stuff like that. And then when I tried to do Snap, I couldn't even... None of the buttons were working, so you wouldn't even be able to play the game. Like, I couldn't take pictures, if I recall, or something like that. Nothing was working. Like, fuck that. I don't know how Ocarina of Time or those work, because I never really tried, but, like, when you're trying to do a collectathon game, or whatever, and the menu looks like shit, which is very important for a lot of those games, especially Zelda, and if it doesn't work in that, no, I'm good. No, thank you. Emulation can be finicky with any console, though. I remember when I tried emulating Link to the Past, the first part when you exit into the town, everything was pitch fucking black. And it's like it's raining when you first get outside. And it was all pitch black. I couldn't see. Or there was a time when I tried playing Mega Man X and I made it to the octopus level and underwater. I literally could not see. Yeah, Snap. I played that for years. Me and my friends used to vie for the best Mew picture. Oh, I'm gonna be streaming the new Pokemon Snap eventually, so stay tuned for that. It's like, I'll stream some games when they come out. Like, Monster Hunter Rise, I haven't been doing too many, because I'm trying to focus on these, and Monster Hunter World is something I'm getting back into. Because Monster Hunter World is another game like PSO that I love. It's one of those more modern games that I love, so I'm getting back into World. But, like, Monster Hunter Rise is a game I'm trying to get more into. Literally Impossible Mega Man was so much fun, but screw that level. I have played Mega Man on Dreamcast. There is a Pokemon Snap too, yes, on the Switch. Yeah, I know, it's a little late, and it basically, I don't know what generations it's covering, but I think it's at least up to Gen 4 or 5. So I really wish they would have made a more progressive sequel. Like, the first one was all Generation 1, because that's all there was. I would have liked it to take place in, like, Generation 2 or something. and then progressively go on, instead of doing it where it's gonna have at least 4 or 5 generations. I mean, it's fine, but I wish they would have been more like, here's Pokemon Snap 2, here's all your Gen 2 Pokemon, then Snap 3. It would have been kind of overkill, but it would have been something. I prefer it to be a little bit more progressive, instead of just, here's this game, and here's all these other Pokemon now. But I'm curious to how it's going to play. Yeah, I'm going to be playing Snap 2, so you can at least join streams when I do play it to see how it looks. And I don't know how it's going to work docked. I don't know if it's just going to be the same with the controller, or if the motion control, or if it undocked. I don't know if it's going to be using your Switch's console as like a way to motion control. Because I know the Switch has some sort of motion thing that you can use as a camera. Because I played Pokemon Let's Go with the Switch itself attached to the Joy-Cons. And you can basically move the camera, move the Switch around and play that way, versus using a controller or whatever. But, like, I'm curious to how that's gonna work undocked and docked. It'll probably just play the same as 64 did. But I know the whole gimmick is gonna be more of using the motion control or gyro controls for the Switch to actually aim the camera. So I don't know how that's gonna really, it's gonna be interesting. I know it's soon. I know it's very soon. Yeah, Pokemon Snap 2 was announced a while ago, and then because of that, I played Snap 1 on stream, and just to get back into the thing. And this was way, like several months. It was probably close to a year, not even a year, but several months ago. It was a while ago, because I was expecting it to release much sooner than it did when it was hyped. Yeah, April 30th. Snap 2 releases on the 30th. So I streamed the first one a while ago, just to get me back in that hype, and it never released, and I kind of thought it was a fake at first. And then I saw it on the Switch, and I'm like, oh no, it's real. And they also are making an open-worlded Pokemon game. They're making 2 new Pokemon games. They have Diamond and Pearl's remake, and they have a Legend of Arceus, which is an open-worlded Pokemon game. A lot of people are comparing it to, like, Breath of the Wild, and because the title shot is basically you overlooking a field, so it's a lot of people are comparing the picture of, like, Breath of the Wild and stuff like that. But Pokemon open world. Basically, you're taking the trainer and actually moving around an open field, and you fight Pokemon, like, in the wild and actually capture them instead of, like, turn-based combat, get your Pokemon, and you barely play as the character at all, just aside from movement. This is different. And this is a main title Pokemon game. This ain't no side Pokemon game. That's what is interesting. It's made by Game Freak. So this is interesting to me. Yeah. I mean, if you lost it for the original Pokemon stuff, I don't see Diamond and Pearl's remakes making you take a turn, but you never know. Like, I thought I originally lost it when Ruby and Sapphire came out, because when I first got Ruby and Sapphire, I never beat it. It wasn't until my early college days when I completed the Heart Gold, the Gold Silver remakes, Gen 4, that I actually had to beat Ruby and Sapphire to collect the Pokedex. I beat it then. And even then, I still only beat it once. And then I played the remakes of Ruby and Sapphire. And, like, I still don't really like Gen 3 all that much. Like, it's not a bad world or area. I just don't think it's one of my favorite generations. But yeah, no, like, I just couldn't get into it back when I first played it. I got to the Pokemon League and just never beat it. And then I thought I lost it, and then Gen 4 came out, and I'm like, oh no, I love Gen 4. Gen 4 is one of my favorite generations. And it really brought me back in when Gen 4's remakes of Gen 2 came out, which is actually my favorite generation of them all. And then Gen 5 came out. Gen 5 did some great things and did some terrible things. I love some of the new Pokemon designs. I love the villains, actually. I actually like Eden. I think he's a great character. Not much of one, but I do like him. I like his ideas. Design. Silver's when I stopped playing. Yeah, Gold and Silver's my favorite, though. I love that it's a sequel to Red and Blue. I love going to get 16 badges and stuff like that, and I love the Gen 2's Pokemon is probably some of the best designs for me. And then Gen 5, like, I just didn't really like Black and White all that much. Like, I did not like the whole seasonal gimmick. But it still wasn't a bad generation. Gen 6, X, and Y is one of my favorites as well. Gen 6 is really good. And a lot of people hate Gen 6. I love X and Y. And then Sun and Moon, God. Sun and Moon is horrible. Like, I don't know. I beat Sun and Moon, but not for a while after I got it. Like, I did not play that right away. I played that just to, you know, try to complete the Pokedex again. But then I was like, you know what? All my Pokemon are on Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, fully completed from X and Y. So I have the Pokedex completed on both X and Y. Both Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was in the work of progress, but I have one of them completed. I did that on stream, too. Or not stream, YouTube, when I recorded. Showing me complete everything. And that took a while. Then I was completing the other version, because I did Ruby, I was completing Sapphire, and then I was going to trade them all to Sun and Moon, but it's one of those things where if you transfer forward, you can't transfer backward. So I'm like, I don't want to do that, because Sun and Moon I did not like Sun and Moon all that much. And then, like, I haven't even played Sword and Shield. I played a bit and didn't even make it to the first gym. Like, I don't know, it's not that I didn't like it, it's just, I don't know if Pokemon's falling for me. Like, it's not advancing. It's the same shit. And it's just getting old for me. There's literally so much. It's like jumping back into Minecraft now. I'm not playing. Yeah, right? It is a lot, but it's... Wait, I have a mystical sword? I just wish Pokemon would kind of advance a little bit more instead. Like, Final Fantasy's changed up its formula so it can grow with its community and fan base. And that's why 7's remake has received a lot of love. Yes, and that's why, like, Final Fantasy has changed up from being typical turn-based to action-timed battle. Or, you know, whatever. It's turn-based still, but it's live combat where, like, if you sit there, enemies can attack you. And then it became action combat, where, like, Final Fantasy VII feels more like Kingdom Hearts versus how it's just pure turn-based. So it's aging with its community. It's becoming more action versus just sticking to turn-based. And Pokemon's fine turn-based, but it's the premise of getting the badges over and over and doing the Elite Four over. And I don't know what else they could do, but that's the problem, is it's literally been the same thing for years. And I get Sun and Moon tried some different things. Like, they took out the whole ideas of gyms and made you go on these island challenges where you battle different leaders to get a thing. You battle, like, their main Pokemon instead versus an entire team. And then you get, like, a thing that basically allows you to progress a certain threshold, which I hated because they blocked you off unless you did something. Most Pokemon games do have a block point, but not to the point where it was just straight up hand-holding. Because it was literally, you can't just go... In the originals or earlier games, you can pretty much go to nearly every other town outside of some select few early on. This one, you were literally blocked from most of the point, until you get a certain HM to progress or beat a certain gym leader or whatever. And it really annoyed me. Then they also changed up the HMs, which is nice. I like the whole riding Pokemon aspect. But the fact that HMs were literally tied to one specific thing kind of annoyed me. I preferred it would just be an item, like, or a HM. I grew up on that, so I kind of prefer that. But it's a nice thing. They took it away as an item, and they made it a certain Pokemon you move around with, which was cool. I just wish they would have done it better. But yeah, no. And then Sword and Shield goes back to the original again. And the Diamond and Pearl remake I'm hyped for, though. Just because it's Diamond and Pearl again. A lot of people want the funny thing about the Pokemon community is they want Pokemon's remakes to not look like the new games, but the moment it was announced and it was going back to a similar style, just updated, they're pissed off even further. And it's just like, you guys don't want it to look like Sword and Shield because it looks like crap to you when Sword and Shield looks like fine to me. Sword and Shield looks beautiful. Yes, it still looks like a 3DS ported Switch game, but it still looks gorgeous. But yet, the moment they announced that it is literally just a Gen 4 faithful game with a little slightly updated visuals with updated sprites or models or whatever, they're more upset because it goes back to the older ways. What do you guys want? That's what you asked for. Alright. Okay. The fuck are you writing? Welcome to Arcadia Town, land of mystery. We're defeating the mysterious enemies. Unfortunately, they are strong. They occupy the Temple Bayon, and they're now just around the corner. I heard the Pitts gang are awfully strong. They use the Temple Bayon as a hiding place. Literally, indeed, yeah. At first, we almost defeated them, but since they got 4 fighters, they've been stronger. Are we talking about these gang members? I guess this has nothing to do with the main threat of this game, huh? Mr. Slowpo. Lives somewhere in the Mystery Land. He has no sense of responsibility whatsoever, but he knows many things. Random. This game's dialogue is fucking hilarious. That is so random. This guy lives in this place. He knows many things, but he has no sense of responsibility. Like, that has nothing to do with anything. Start at this town and head north, and you'll find a mountain where Mr. Slow lives. You can go to Mount Kyojin from the Cape south of Seatown, but my mom told me I must stay away from it because it's haunted. Okay. That guy is a ghost? I don't know. My name is Llama. I'm a prince. Oh, you're a guy. Oh shit, you look like a girl for a second. Now I see that you're a guy. Anka. Anka is now at war with the Pitts gang. Alright, my man, have a good rest of your night. Stream. Nice talking to you. Hey, take care, man. You as well. See you around, my friend. Thank you for the love in the chat, my dude. Pitts gang are holding Temple Bayon, to which we are devoted to, and we must recapture the temple. Pitts gang are really the Galens. They are trying to conquer the Galans? The world, like, we don't like the Galans. We'll give you a hand. Hey, Supply, how you doing? But the entrance temple is closed. Ask Mr. Slowpo for tactics. After defeating all the Pitts gang, come back here again. Good luck. Wait, I thought it was the Bomb Gang. Is that the same people? I don't remember them mentioning the Galans. I could be wrong. I must have missed that. Or I just never got it into my memory. Good. I'm doing alright. Finally made some massive progression in this. And we made it to a new town. No map, though. New town hype! Yeah. We got some new shit. Got some levels going. We got some balls. I don't know. We got almost all the aura balls. From the looks of it, we only need a couple more. So I feel like I'm probably midway through the game at this point. But it's getting late for me. Sorry you joined at a late time, my friend. If you can, try to join and stick around, Supply. I know you have internet issues and you can't really join until later. But I miss having you in chat more often. I really would like if you could. And I understand if you can't. But I know sometimes you join and then just leave. If you can stick around longer for things. No, I'm sorry. It's late for me, man. I was actually going to get off way, way earlier at 9. It's already 11, my friend. Otherwise, I would stay. Sorry, man. But next time, please join and stick around. If you can. Like, I would... You're starting full-time. Congratulations. That means you're gonna be working 5 days a week, 6 days a week, right? 8 hours a day? Getting more hours, I would hope so. Full-time requires 8 hours at least. It's essentially a 9 to 5. That's what a 9 to 5 is. It's 8 hours. I work a full 7 to 3:30. That's my 9 to 5. So yeah, in order to work full time, you need to work at least what 40 to 45 hours a week, something like that. That's what I work about. My average when I was working overtime was 50 to 60 hours a week. 5 days a week. Probably don't know yet. Well, 5 days a week is perfect. That's fine. I just said Saturdays just because I don't know exactly what your store's hours are. But yeah, 5 days a week is fine. 5 to 6 days a week is the average for most places. I've never really had much of a job most of my life, so the few jobs that I had never worked Sundays, including my current one now. Unless you're probably working more like, I know retail and other stores like that do have Sundays. But some places have to have Sundays open, but like, yeah, the jobs that I've had luckily never had Sundays. Store opens at 7, closes at 11. So 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. So that's not bad. That's perfect. Like, you're probably going to be... You start at what time, then? You're mid-shift? You start at... You're not morning shift, right? You're second shift? I'm assuming you work in the afternoon? Because I'm first shift. I prefer morning to get my job over with. Work 7 to 3:30. And then 3:30 till, I think, like 7 or 8 is when my work goes to. Something like that. They close at like 7 or 8 p.m., something like that. Maybe later. I don't know when the leads work to. To be honest, I never knew my shit's hours. Schedule is 4 to 8. Well, that's how most people start. Most people don't work that late. Like, when you're first starting and training, you don't really work a full 8 hours every day. I think my old job at Chick-fil-A, I think, because I used to work at 8 to 4. I forgot what my old hours were when I was training. It wasn't 8 to 4. Was it 8 to 12? No, that wouldn't be right. I don't even remember, but I didn't work a full 8 hours when I was training. 8 to 12 does not sound right. Maybe it was like 8 to 2 or something. I don't remember, but it wasn't... Or maybe it was 12 to 4. I don't even remember. It wasn't... I didn't work a full 8-hour shift when I first started there. There was a bunch of stuff I didn't... Well, of course, training. You have to train. They're not going to give you 8 hours. They're not going to train you every day for 8 hours. They're going to train you and have you work like 4 or 5 hours. And then once you know what you're doing, then they... If you're looking for full-time, they will bring you on full-time after that. If you're looking for part-time, then they'll keep you with that. But your your training is going to be part-time. Ouroballs. Yes. Equivalent to the Final Fantasy crystals. They're basically your key progression items. You beat a boss or do a thing, story-wise, they give you Ouroballs. And I guess the Ouroballs are going to be something important for unleashing something, and it saves the world or something. I really don't know. The last boss I fought mentioned that he's part of this bomber gang that's trying to bomb the hell out of people in cities and things. They wanna bomb everybody. The last guy mentioned that he wants to bomb the shit out of things. And whatever. That he was using this, like... They had this, like... program called, the third 3F or something it was. I forgot what it was now. But they had this, like... thing that they were doing this thing. I forgot what it was called now, but it was like under the guise. It was basically just a false thing that allowed them to move around and be able to just do what they wanted to do under a guise of something else. But the guy gave his true intentions, told me that he was part of a bomber gang, the Dark Bombers, I think it was. I'm bad with terms because it's my first time playing this, and there's a lot of different terms in these RPGs that I'm just not going to remember. But yeah, they're your typical bad guys, and he finally told me some slight information on them. I have yet to really learn fully of what their plans are. But yeah, I guess the Aura Balls are a way to unlock not only the final boss, but it also helps, I guess, kind of like how the gems are in Final Fantasy, where you need to collect them, all the elemental crystals, and you basically fight the final boss and prevent world destruction or whatever. So I guess it's basically that. I don't know. It's an RPG, so it's gonna have some similarities. It's not Square though, if I recall correctly. This isn't Square Enix. Why? Why did they let you get into Mercy? I mean, with your own money, you shouldn't really need permission, right? Or is it because you're fully hired? Wow! They can't stop you. And playing with an RC car is different. How? How is that any different than playing video games? What are you doing any differently besides spending your time driving around a car? I mean, to be honest, I can understand parents not wanting their child to constantly just play video games that long a day if you're younger. Some parents are a bit more lenient, like mine were a bit more lenient. Some parents, I can understand that, but you're an adult. Like, I'm sure my parents probably don't like that I'm shut in my room all day, but what am I gonna do? As do all people's parents. I'm sure my parents would like me to go out more. But no, I'm not an outside person. But you're an adult, dude. Yeah, but driving around an RC car is the same as really playing video games. You're spending time on a toy. Not that gaming is a toy, but it's like, you're not really spending that time outside. You're just driving it around. It's not like you're going places or talking or hanging out with people. Drive my car where, Supply? The problem is I don't want to. I don't want to go out. I have nothing to do. There's nowhere for me to go. I don't want to be out. I don't want to go out and eat or go out places. Yeah, no, I don't want to. I also don't know where I'm going, dude. I don't really have a sense of direction. I don't feel like driving because I can get lost. Like, there's nowhere for me to go. I'm good. I'd rather not drive somewhere and then be unfamiliar with something. I can get lost in my own hometown. I can get lost here. I'm good. I've been lost before. You're asking a guy with no sense of direction who doesn't even memorize street street names to go out and just drive. Also, you're asking a person who's a shut-in to go outside. I know plenty of shut-ins and people like that do go outside, but even as a kid, I've always preferred to just be inside. I don't enjoy being outside. And there's nothing for me to do. I'm not gonna just go drive my car for no reason. I know you like to be outside, but I'm not like that. I don't like to just be outside. Unless I'm like hanging with friends or doing something. But even then, I've always been inside. Me and my friends have always hung out in my room, playing games and chilling, watching TV. Even when I was with my exes, we'd always just be inside, hanging out. But I also never had money back then to really take anyone out, but... I'm sorry, there's no reason for me to be outside. No, I drive. I've told you I had a car. I didn't have a car when I first started at Sears, no. But I had a car. I had my car for like 2 years now. No. My parents drove me. Take a bus to a 5-minute car ride. Nah. My parents drove me. My parents always drove me, even when I worked at Chick-fil-A. I never had a car when I worked at Chick-fil-A, and I didn't have my car when I first worked at Sears for a long while. I finally got one a couple years back. But even then, though, I just don't care to go out. It's out of my element. I have more fun being inside. Again, gaming is a big impact on my life that that's all I do. And yes, I know that sounds like no life to some people. That's my life, and I enjoy it. I'm happy. But don't stop doing you, man. I just would be happy if you joined a bit more. But if you can't and your parents don't want you to be at a computer or your phone or whatever, I'm not gonna sit there and force it. But I just would love to have you in chat more. As a friend and as a moderator. Because I definitely don't get a lot of my mods on the daily. So I definitely would be happy to have you around more often, or some people around more often. And I know usually when you do join, you leave. And it's just kind of upsetting sometimes, because I rarely get to see you in chat. And I don't know why Kenny never joins anymore. Or whatnot, but you know, it'd just be nice. And I've lost a few of my mods. Like, there's a couple of my mods that I like never see anymore. So it's a shame. Like, I would just like, whenever I get some of the few people I do, like you and Al and Charlene and whatnot, it just makes me happy, because I rarely get you guys. And I'm not sitting there getting upset because I know everyone has a life. It's just, whenever I watch other people and they have their regulars daily, it's just like, man, I want that. Just to have my people that I'm comfortable with and I love. I would appreciate it. Again, you don't have to. It would just make me happy. Just to know that I have some of my regulars on the daily. Or a few times a week. You know, that just make me happy. But I am appreciative. It's not like I'm not. And I know I'm asking too much, but it just be nice. I know you join sometimes and then just leave. Like, it just make me happy to see you more again. 'Cause I know you were there for Kingdom Hearts and you would join quite often. You were there for a while. I just missed that. Kenny was there too. Like, I just miss having you guys. Like, whenever Zero joins, it makes me happy. I know I can't get all of you guys all the time. So, I'm just trying to see if I can get some of you guys more. If you guys enjoy, stick around. That's all I ask. Besides, slowly growing. So, it'd be very nice just to... be nice just to see more of you. But I'm gonna get off. But yeah, no, I just don't like going out, if that's okay. If people don't think of me as a loner. They can't stop you from buying a computer, though. That's stupid. I'm sorry, they can buy you a console, but they don't want you to buy you a computer. There must be some sort of anger that you have if they don't trust you with a computer. It's kind of dumb that they don't have a computer themselves, but you know what? They should not be able to stop you, my friend. It's you have a job. You can buy your own laptop. Like, no, I get that they don't want you to be inside gaming all day. That I can understand. But as an adult, they shouldn't. They can give you rules, you're in their household, but they shouldn't be able to stop you from being able to buy some of the stuff you love. Well, I mean, I don't even know why when you said that they're afraid of you breaking it when you get mad, I don't get where that comes from. There must have been a personal experience that you've had that they don't trust you now, because that's not something your parents would just outright say. My parents know I've had anger. A lot of it. And it's not like they have ever prevented me from buying a laptop or something of my own money and be like, oh, you have anger, you're gonna break it. I've broken controllers, put holes in walls. I've even had counseling for my anger. My anger's not like drastic or anything, but I've said some stupid shit. Personal shit that I'd rather keep to myself. I've said some dumb things, done some dumb things, put holes in walls over ex-girlfriends, broken controllers over one video game. But I've never broken a console or a screen. But I've always never been not trusted with something. I mean, I get angry too. More not so much angry, just frustrated. I haven't been true. I don't really consider anger compared to what I've been. Compared to what I have done in the past when it comes to breaking something, I don't really consider some of my bursts on stream anger. More frustration. Like yesterday's stream of this kind of frustrated me because monster fights with certain enemies were really getting me upset. And like Dark Souls 2 had me fucking livid. But even that is nothing compared to what I've done. Like, nothing's had me flippin' pissed besides Dead Rising 1. I broke a controller. And I've never been that angry. I put a hole in a wall over her. But she cheated on me. Like, I'm gonna get mad. Who's not gonna get mad at that? It's just up to people for having better patience than that. And unfortunately, you're talking to a guy who doesn't have patience. And also, I lost control of my actions and blacked out. And I don't think on my actions. That's why the punch to the wall didn't hurt when I did it. Well, that's good. That's better than me. I don't know how to fix PCs for life. Yeah, I don't know why they don't. You'll eventually be able to get out of your parents' house and get your own life. So, don't stress too much about it. If they want to be forced in laws like that to the point where it's stressing out their child, that's their business. Your stepdad, the way you were complaining, saying about him, he shouldn't be as ruling equally an asshole as he can be, as you stated he was. I don't know how to fix shit. Well, that's good. That's better than me. I am not tech savvy or intelligent. I'm pretty dumb. I can be pretty dumb. Not that I'm stupid, I'm just slow. My intelligence could be better. But that's okay, I'm not trying to be smart with anything. I don't know a lot of what I've learned in school, I've lost a lot of that, and I don't know a lot of important shit like history and shit, but that's okay, I don't care. I'm happy, my life is the way it is. I was never very good at school anyway. Well, good, you're better at talking to women than I am. Girls usually just straight up ignore me. Anyway, I hope you guys actually stick around and you don't get used again by like that last girl. I'm just trying to better my life with work before I meet somebody. The last thing I need is a girl to fucking feel like that nothing's going anywhere because I don't have a stable job. Good night. Sorry to leave you like that, man, but it's getting late for me. I wanted to chat a little bit with you so you didn't feel just left, but I'm always here if you need anything. For everyone who's here. It's okay. One of my exes hates me as well. One of my ex hates me as well and then turned lesbian and married a girl. And I called it. She hated me over cigarettes. Now look, I get that. You don't like cigarettes or smoking. Instead of literally basing an entire relationship off that, you actually try to help. When I tried quitting for you, you didn't. Instead of pissing me off and making me stressed, you could have, you know, done things to help make it easier to quit instead of making me want to smoke. And then dumping and flirting with other guys and dumping me and hitting on friends that I know. Instead of cheating on me, she didn't really cheat on me, but it felt like it. She used to come over, fuck me, leave me, and then she eventually dated other guys. I mean, yeah, she dumped me, but still, it was kind of no different. She was using me, so it's basically cheating in some regard to me. While I've done nothing to hurt her. She also hated that I looked poor. That's okay. You try to love your partner for who they are, instead of literally changing them. And if you want somebody to quit something, I can understand that. I understand that. But if you truly love somebody, you love somebody. You don't sit there and get pissed at them and hate them for what they do. If I smoke and you love me, you love me. You can talk to me and help me quit, but don't literally make things harder for me by always getting mad just because I do smoke and whatnot. Like, that's what I hated about her. She was just too good. She got pissed at me for smoking. Like, it's just annoying. Getting mad is understandable, but basing an entire reason for a breakup because of that is dumb to me. I guess I'm just too childish to don't get it. But, like, I just find it dumb not to sit there and understand it. Like, I smoked instead of trying to be there and help them quit, or just be like, okay, I love you, I don't like you smoking, try to slow down, but I'm not gonna sit there and be like, alright, well, I'm not gonna date you, because she dumped me, she dated me several times and dumped me because I never stopped smoking, was the main reason why she dumped me, and said I never changed. It's like, what do I gotta fucking change? Like, you don't change somebody you love. And also, you don't just sit there and drop them at like a drop of the dime. Your ex's? Why? She's an ex. Wow. That's okay, my ex got pissed at me for always hanging out with my friends. And now I get that when I was with her, I'd be with my friends a lot, and that I understand. But like, throughout the week, she'd be like, I'd be talking to her, and she'd fucking not want to talk to me if I was with my friends. Like, I'm sorry. One of my friends always came over because he was basically a family. She's family. Oh. Wait, what? You were dating a girl when me and you and Zero were playing Monster Hunter? I did not know that you were dating somebody. Was it supposed to be your and her time together? Because that I can understand. Like when my ex would come over and I would always... When my ex would come over and I was with my friends and had barely any time with her alone, I can understand getting upset slightly. Well, yes, but you've at least told me you were dating in the past. You never mentioned anything, so I didn't know you were dating somebody. You don't have to be open about your relationship, I just didn't know. That I can understand, but if you guys didn't have any, like, set time to be together or whatever, or talk, I'm surprised you got pissed. But if you had time that you were gonna spend, well then, oh well, these were Saturdays, right? So yeah, I don't know why she got pissed. Maybe she wanted to talk to you. I don't know. I really don't know. My ex and me only really saw each other on the weekends because of school and our distance apart from each other. She lived further out. That it wasn't like far away, but it wasn't close enough to where she could just walk together. She had to either take the bus or drive to my house. So we lived some distance apart. At least a good 30, 40 minutes or so, maybe a little less, not 40 minutes, but at least a good 30 minutes from each other. I don't know, I'm bad with it. I'm bad with that. Distance. The rest of the week we'll have work except for friends. Yeah, no, unless you talk to each other and had plans to talk to each other on certain days like that, then I can understand, but if you didn't, then I don't get why she would be pissed. But whatever. If you want to talk about relationship stuff, let me know in the Discord. I'm always here to talk to you about that if you want to get it off your chest ever. But if you're not, you don't have to. I'm gonna get off of my guys. Let's go and send some of you beautifuls to another beautiful. Who's beautiful today? I don't know. Am I beautiful today? Probably not. Wow, really? He's streaming? Good night. Let's go raid Chocolate Chip. I guess he's streaming. I didn't realize he'd be streaming right now. Oh, no, that's an ad break. I don't think I'm beautiful today. Is he streaming? I'm very confused. Twitch just showed he was. I'm never beautiful, my friend. Only on the weekends. I'm sexy, though. Yeah, I'm confused as to why his name didn't pop up in the list. Let's go raid Chocolate Chip. Shows he's live. Chocolate. He didn't say he was gonna go stream. He just said he was gonna lurk. He disappears randomly sometimes like that. Let's go raid. Have a good night.